It's recording right now, but
All right, cool.
Is this a dry run or are we jumping right in, boys?
We're just gonna get right into
Let's
it.
do it.
right into the giant.
Let's do it.
rock. And I promise from this point on, I won't say one word. I swear to God, 'cause I know.
Don't make promises you can't keep, Fred.
Close to the Blackhawk.
That's more than one word. I like being close to it.
I like it, but shut the
Makes me
fuck
feel
up.
safe.
Yo.
It's familiar to me. It's what I was weaned on. It's like mother's milk. Masturbating aggressively into a pile of your own fecal matter, like all good psychopaths.
Hey, bro, you look fucking great, bro.
You look really good.
All right.
I'd fuck me.
You look like an old fucking.
Turn that off.
Thank you, bro. Thank you.
All right.
No,
No, we're good. Thanks, bro.
Let's get this.
Get this show on the road. You want me to remove my cup?
I'll get the joint off too.
I know I told you I was going to talk, but like when you're ready to start, I have to switch the cameras back and forth. That's why I'm going to shut the thing.
Okay.
Whew.
How does this look where I'm sitting, Abel? How I'm sitting? Does that seem good?
That's good, man.
All right.
Yeah. And then Dylan, I'm just gonna move this, and then just move the mic. You could rotate the mic. There you go.
Dope. Awesome. That should be good enough.
How's the audio sound?
Pretty good.
You got to put your mic a little closer.
You need it closer?
Not you.
Dylan?
Yeah, there we go. No, dude, you like, I'm not trying to be, you have to be like 2 inches from the mic for
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah.
Like that, right?
Just we use my preferred pronoun, please, so I know.
Sheeshim.
There it is.
Sheeshim.
So talking to the mic will be fine.
Yes, Daddy.
Yeah, that looks good.
We don't fucking run a faggot convention over here, you know?
It's where all the money's made at the faggot conventions.
Then I'd be in that business.
No surprise there.
Yeah. You want the personality, you got it.
There's one guy close enough to the Blackhawk.
Paging Dr. Faggot.
That's good. All right. I need a fucking.
What else do you need? What could you possibly need?
Avo, if we're going to be asking questions, you got to put the Blackhawk.
And then you have to ask the questions with it in your mouth. It's a fun game. Bikes! Bikes!
Show me that pocket.
All right. This place is a crack den.
Are you just like
I heard that.
Are you just like waking up to that realization? You said it like you hadn't thought of
There's
before.
been many a late nights here. I can tell you that.
I like some of this.
Early mornings, late nights.
I definitely like some of this artwork, man.
All right, dude.
Let's get into it.
Avo, if you're going to talk at all, because I know you're going to ask questions, you have to have them be closer to this too.
How's that? Oh, this fucking.
Like 2 to 4 inches away. Or it's
How's this?
I
That
don't
good?
know how it is, but I know it's got to be 2 to 4 inches
Why
away.
is the lag? Why is there lag on this piece of shit phone? It's the phone, dude. It's not
Guys,
even
let's
hooked up-
just start going so we can get
It's
something
already
done.
going. All this is recorded.
Yeah,
Oh.
This one, it's this phone that's fucked up.
I don't think it's a phone. Might be on
Oh,
the
wait,
fucking,
that's a
actual
time
phone.
lapse. All right.
So the
Dude, it's all
boys are
just-
back from Vegas. Let's hop into it.
All right. Let me get into this shit. I'm like giving it my own groove. Now I'm in this shit.
I love it. With
Been a
it.
little journey out here.
Been a long
All right.
time.
Is that coming through, Fred?
No, dude. I'm just saying, put the mic closer.
Yeah, it's right here. All right, cool.
Yeah, you're good. You're good.
All right. Annex podcast, round 2, New Haven, Connecticut. Fred's house. July fucking 21st. Let's get into it.
In the year of our Lord, 2023.
Let's go.
What have you guys been up to?
What haven't we been up to, man? I mean, a lot has been going on. We just got back from the Champs trade show in Las Vegas, which was tremendous. I have to tell you, for the industry that we're in, to go to one specific place and see basically a microcosm of everything that's happening in that one building over a period of a couple days, like intense to say the least. I mean, I saw everything from Wilfred the man dog walking around, right, to the nature boy Ric Flair, woo, right, and Iron Mike Tyson. I actually got to play a little bit of Punch Out on one of the stand-up arcade games. It was wonderful. But aside from that, what to me was the most exciting thing to see was the reactions to the Annex device in person. The thing about this device is it's one thing to see a video of it. It's one thing to see, the great website and the creative advertisements that we have, but to actually see people react to something that's so different than anything they've ever experienced before.
Well, Jonathan, I think
it's awesome.
Thank you. What I would want to even ask you about, because what was interesting for me to see was Jonathan's reaction when we were at the trade show and he saw, distributors, customers, their interest. It was really interesting to see as a founder from the perspective of Jonathan, who's our CMO. So you want to talk a little bit about that, because that was mind blowing for me. And
it was great, man, because we've obviously been working together for some time. We'll unpack all that stuff. But like when you're there and you see somebody literally shouting at you from the aisle, right? Like I don't know if if you're listening, have you been to like a trade show or a conference or anything like that? But typically it's these really long rows and it just goes on seemingly forever. And there's booth after booth after booth. And you're walking down there and everyone's kind of trying to get your attention, right? They want to sell you something. They want to give you something. They want to shout at you. So you just kind of start getting immune to that over time. You're like, I just got to make it through here and keep walking. It's like a gauntlet. Right.
I mean, yeah, Lenny didn't stop. I mean, he was getting hollered at and he didn't even stop.
And ultimately, we stopped and I started talking to this gentleman. He said, I want to see that device. I want to see that device. And I said, okay, Lenny, let's show him the device. What do we have here? And, the Annex is so demonstrable, right? So like when you take, a cannabis joint or whatever you take there and you insert it into the Annex device and you help people understand that it's actually igniting it. Like there's fire in there, right? And it's burning. It's not vaporizing. It's not a dry herb thing, nothing like that, which people sometimes think it might be, which is reasonable because they've never seen anything like it before. So they have to compare it to something that they know, that's familiar. That's just the way that we do things as humans. So ultimately, when you exhale back into that and there's zero smoke and there's zero odor and there's no fume, it's truly jaw-dropping. And so to see somebody chase us down the aisleway and get so excited because they haven't seen something that is that innovative and unique in over 20 years of being in this industry,
that's what I was gonna say.
With, over thousands of stores and a significant distribution platform. And to see that kind of validation and awe, it's super exciting because, you see the potential for the product and the impact it has.
Well, yeah, exactly. So like for me, I mean, I'm one of the founders, right? So me and Len, we've always seen that $1 billion opportunity, that $1 billion vision, right? And, Jonathan's obviously believed in the company. He invested in it himself as well. So, he believes
my great
in it,
honor.
But when he saw that, like we had dinner that night and he's just like, boys, like I see it. I see us becoming $100 million, $1 billion company, because if people are reacting like this, and the crazy part is it's every demographic. It's not even it's not even a subsect. It's not a niche. It's every demographic across the board.
It's undeniable innovation, right? Like you see a lot of things, and this is not a knock on anything, but it's just like,
fuck that. The Me Too's, we don't like that in the industry.
It's so much more difficult to put in a lot of time and not see an immediate return, right? Like I'll equate it to something else, like working out, for example, right? It's like you don't see results immediately. You see results over time, and the results compound over time. And working out conceptually is pretty simple. Like lift this heavy thing up, put it back down, do this, do that, do it over and over again for years. That's how you get results. To just take something and throw a label on it, or to take something that someone else created and just say, I'm going to change this, I'm going to change that, I'm going to sell it for less money. You could argue a skill to that, but it's not skillful. And it doesn't pay demonstrable dividends compounded dramatically over time. That's the only thing that can do that is innovation. And when people see innovation, true innovation, not replication, it's undeniable. If you think about this, the first time that we all like saw the iPod,
Are you
right?
gonna do a book tour? Because I feel like I'm just listening to Tony Robbins right now.
Are we not?
Are you
here
putting
to
a
do
book?
this?
Are you roll with it? When is the book tour coming out, John? And
Well,
I didn't hear anything you just said. Ric Flair was at the trade show.
Woo!
All right, I was never a big Ric Flair fan personally.
well, that's your first problem, but
I mean, Coco Beware was cool. Jim the Anvil Neidhart. I mean, great wrestlers. I thought
Yeah.
Ric Flair, he was lame.
He was a little lame. His product's a little lame, so
What was he
understand.
selling?
So
whatever
vapes,
people were buying,
vapes.
I think,
they
yeah.
smacked their face on it. They smacked their name on it. And that's kind of a little bit what Jonathan was writing the book about, was that, he was writing the book about how
Book of Life, baby.
we need to do innovation, right? And that's what we've been doing. That's what we've been doing for the industry. And that's what that's what kind of Annex is all about, because this is our first product, right? But our technology works in a lot of different form factors. And right now, at this stage, it's really about building our relationships in the space, because we don't want to go in there as a one-trick pony. We really want to, the distributors, our consumers, we want them to really understand that we're not here to play around. We're here to deliver results and give the customers the experience that they want. And we're not willing to move around that.
So Ric Flair's there. I'm sure there's a bunch of cornball shit going on. A lot of gimmicks.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's got to make you feel good that your product doesn't need a gimmick, right? It's like, it's the first in its space. You guys have put a tremendous amount of time, energy, funding into the development of this product. Talk to me about, what that means, like that you don't have to rely on cornball tactics, right? Like the product almost speaks for itself. Can you talk to me about how it was received? I know that you were talking about that earlier.
Yeah. No, absolutely. I mean, in terms of it being received, it's really about people trying. And that's like, when people try it, they enjoy the experience and they tell their friends. And that's when we get the most amount of feedback, right? So we're really focused on more and more people trying it. And that's kind of what we did at the shows. Yeah. And then we go to the after shows, which is a lot more casual. It's not as like corporate buttoned up. It's like you're chilling, people smoking, having a good time.
Yeah, for sure. And getting that voice of the customer feedback and just hearing people's questions and hearing almost that disbelief, because it's so remarkable to think that you could truly have the ability to smoke pretty much anywhere without any fume or odor or anything coming out of that device. It's so like a light bulb, right? It was on, it was off, and then it was on, like that. Now this thing exists, where before you didn't. And that's the thing, is as a marketer to a degree, right? It's an interesting activity to market something that people, not just don't know they need per se, but don't know exists or is even feasible, right? It's like, I'm going to show you something that you never thought was possible. And so, I'm not going to necessarily steal anyone's thunder here, but if you think about like going back to the reveal of something like the iPod, the idea that the iPod could exist wasn't feasible. And you had to be able to see something that other people couldn't see, hold that into your mind's eye, and then manifest it tangibly into the world and hold it up in front of them. And you say, see this? You didn't know you needed this, but now that you see it, you can't unsee it, and you can't not have it. And that's kind of what the Annex effect is. When people see this and react to it and try it and see other people try it, it literally blows their mind. And they're like, how has this not existed before? And that's, to me, such wonderful validation. And just, excitement around it, because it is challenging to work on something like this over a significant period of time and put time, money, effort in to know that there will be, or potentially will be, a return at some point in time. But you have to get that thing out of your mind and physically manifest it into the world. And that's the beautiful thing about Annex. It was a truly unique, one of a kind creation that then got manifested through years and years of effort.
Well, I want to riff on that, right? Like, it was a utility we needed in our lives, and it's something that we wanted to build because we needed it. We were the customer, we were the consumer, right? We, in a way, built a device for ourselves, right? And in that, building a device for ourselves, we built something that a lot of other people love and enjoy. And really, it's really exciting right now at this stage, because where we're going is we're going to be delivering more units into the market. And as we deliver more units, it's going to be so cool to see our brand, our device on the shelves. Then it's going to be cool to see people utilizing it. And then it's going to be, the coolest thing is going to be all the benefits they get of utilizing it. Because then it's not just about the device we've built, it's about that Annex brand. And that is going to be like the top of the hill for us. If we could achieve that, that'll make us really happy.
I think we're really,
can I just interject for a second? I'm just curious, like, how many joints you guys went through during the demo in Vegas?
Oh, I'm happy someone asked. So the amount of joints, it was quite a bit. I'd be lying to you if we were keeping count, because we're
11.
Yeah, I don't know, 100, 200 plus. A lot of credit to Lenny. A shout out to Lenny. He smoked majority of those joints.
Very impressive lungs.
Yeah, shout out CTO. No baby lungs. We don't fuck with that. Got to keep it rolling.
Got the lungs of a real
How
man.
did Tefano hold up during this extravagance?
Oh, he was not smoking any joints.
You didn't?
No, he was smoking joints at night. But during the trade show, no joints for Tufano.
He was level 14, John?
Oh, he was full sales mode, bro. He was my man was moving. He was shaking.
Shaking and baking.
I love it. So were there any stories that stuck out? Like, people that, I mean, you spoke about someone that ran you down in an aisle. Talk to me. Were there any stories that stood out? Anyone use it and just like left an imprint?
Yeah. You know what it is? I want to talk about, I mean, there's no point of dropping names, but Dan's partner. So
yeah,
it was really, really, really cool when, like, we'd meet a vendor and they're like, I've seen this.
Yeah,
I've seen this on Instagram. I've seen the ad. That was fucking super cool. And then we'd be like, try it. Here's how it works. And we'd start giving them the pitch. And they're like, no. I know how it works.
Yeah.
And they take the device and fucking use it.
Yeah. And they start explaining to other people in their booth how it works. They're like, dude, check this thing out. You put a joint in here, it lights it. And they're like, it lights it? And they're like, yeah, no, it burns it. And they're like, what? And they're like, then you inhale and then you exhale and there's no smoke. And they're like, what? Like, it's really awesome to see how quickly it spreads, right? How quickly it takes fire and it goes from one person to the next and they become enthralled and amazed. And it's almost like, gosh, I don't want to get a little cheesy here, misty eyed, but it's like inspiring to see something like that captivate someone in that way. And then they get excited about it and they want to share that. And then I will finish my statement and then you can move on to the next thing. It'll pick it up on the mic. Okay. That's
why I was doing.
Oh, okay. My bad.
Keep going.
I thought you wanted me to stop talking.
No.
We'll let it out.
I don't want
we'll
you
let
to
it
stop
out.
talking.
But we're saying a lot of the same points, though, of like, I want to drift past the fact that, yeah, people liked it. Like, it's really the aspect of the stage we're at and how that's like evolving, right? Like, that's a big part that I want to capture, is because we're so early stage. Like, we're a seedling. Like, we're less than a seedling. Like, we didn't even sprout yet. Right. So as we sprout, as we fucking grow, we'll take as we grow,
fucking grow.
I can't do the voiceover, bro. You gotta let me speak, bro. So as we grow, fuck, what was my train of thought, bro? Yeah.
I got something I'd like to share. So what's exciting is, like, Fred, knowing that we have some solid opportunities to work with distribution partners that are going to help us get the Annex out into the world and get more Annexes in hands is exciting, because their confidence, and belief in the product allows us to really manifest that full vision and get as many Annexes out there as possible.
What so let's talk about the relationship. What brought you to Annex, and you know, what did you see in these
Gosh,
guys
Stevenson.
that made you want to sort of partner up with these guys?
Well, that's a great question, man. So I discovered Annex through a referral from a trusted colleague who is a venture-backed, you know, successful entrepreneur and CTO. And I'll just, when you come back, we'll just run that again.
I know you're getting angry.
Did you change it to the wider, or did you change it?
No, dude, I just brought it back because
I want to move forward past the fact that people like it. I want to
How's that?
like either exact
no,
examples
it
of
is
people
fine.
liking
Like,
it,
listen,
because it's
I-
we're
I
saying
can
all
tell
the
by
same
the
shit,
look on
right?
your face.
Trying to give him stuff to work with to edit, but yeah,
Yeah,
Say
no,
whatever.
I'm not. I'm.
Yeah. like
What
tell
we're
like
doing
what do
now
you
is
mean like
good.
recounting specific
because I was trying to,
stories?
like,
Well, like yeah, like it's either like tell them a story of exact situation, but like us just keep saying like, oh, like you know, they liked it. Like we can only get caught up so much
Yeah,
of
I
that,
get
you
it.
know.
got this angle too, Fred.
Do you really?
But I
Yeah.
think that the story we told about Chris, what's his name?
I want to be careful with like how much we reveal on some of this stuff, or what do you think about that?
No,
Like,
I don't give a fuck. Drop it all because what before he puts, we're not putting anything out. We're gonna
Okay.
see all of it. So like we're gonna. Are you reserved on that?
This is all good so far.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just riff as long as you want to. So don't feel like you're.
That's what I was thinking we were doing. Yeah. Okay, cool.
John, come on, man. Don't be a fucking asshole.
I'm not.
Don't be a fucking dickhead.
I'm
So let's.
not. All right. Come on.
All right, bro. Let's roll the cameras. You're doing a great job.
roll
That's
it.
what I'm trying. I'm trying to give you a compliment.
Thank
dickhead.
you. Thank you. I'm incapable of receiving them.
Yes. It's that motherly love.
I
wasn't
don't
there.
trust them.
That
They
motherly
make
love.
me. They make me
Really
worried.
talking, I won't say anything.
All right, we're recording.
He is a sales guy. You said it as soon as we walked in.
Yeah, and we could talk about. I know
I
you're
like to
just
help people.
wanting to get into the money aspect of the business so bad that I could see the investment opportunities here. But we'll hit on
Yeah,
that.
no,
we'll hit
I
on
wanna-
that in a bit.
Yeah, no, I'd love to chat a little bit about how we met.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's where we left off.
Yep.
Okay. So I first came to learn about, Annex through a trusted colleague who introduced me to Dylan and Lenny. And, this gentleman's a venture-backed CEO of a company and, has had a lot of success. And he said, I think you should talk to these guys. I think you'd be interested in having a good conversation with them. They're smart guys working on something cool. I said, all right, yeah, I'd love to do that. So this is probably at least 3 or so years ago.
It's been a while, bro.
It's been a while, right?
It's been a while. That's good.
It's been
shit.
a while,
Yeah.
bro. Yeah. It's been a minute.
3.5. Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, it's been a while. And ultimately we got to talking and I kind of connected with them almost immediately. Like I really appreciated their demeanor and frankly, like your youth. Like I love the fact that you guys were young guys that were just going for it. Like you were just going for it. And I remember going and talking to you about, your vision for the company and what you were creating. And I have a background myself in industrial design and product development. And I was familiar with the company, 11 that produced and partnered with you to help create the device. And I was like, wait a minute. What a small world. You guys are from New York. I'm originally from Connecticut on the East Coast. Like I knew this company. I understood what you were doing growing up. My grandmother was a smoker. She started smoking when she was operating the switchboards, like back in the day. Okay. Like, like Mad Men stuff. And she smoked Lucky Strikes without filters, like pretty much her entire life. Might've been a few Marlboros in there, but she was primarily a Lucky Strike gal. And I would sit there and I would play cards with her, play Uno, play poker, play blackjack. And she would be just chiefing down these cigarettes in the house to the point where like everything had a yellow patina on it. Like the placemats, the clocks, like everything had
I'm
a
picturing
yellow
like
patina.
a lot of wood paneling.
Yeah, it's like, mid 80s Connecticut, like, vibes. So what this left me with was the impression of secondhand smoke. And I grew up around a lot of secondhand smoke. Okay. As a young kid, just smokers in the family, people smoking indoors. It wasn't even a thing necessarily that you
Our
thought
mission
of.
attracted you.
Exactly, man. It was a combination of a lot of things.
I'm not too
right?
shabby in either.
It was
side, you know? You saw two
Yeah.
beautiful Brooklyn faces, and you're like, how could I not? Two Jewish boys. You're like, I
Whoa.
got to be part of this.
If you got 201, so it was the mission and the level of execution. The fact that you had produced a device in demonstrable prototypes, I was very impressed by, because it's very difficult to do that. It's very, very difficult to do that. And to do it at the level that you had done. And then when I found out that you had, one of the world's greatest industrial design and product development firms involved in the business, I was very excited. So as we were going through the conversations around investment, I happened to be in a position where I had a combination of expertise and capital that would be of value to the company. So in addition to being able to make an angel investment and, being grateful for the opportunity to do so, because
Grateful to have you.
Thank you, brother. Thank you. There's so much ahead, and we're just getting started. And, I have a background for over 15 years in e-commerce, direct to consumer e-commerce. And, prior to that, web development, advertising, strategy, and all of that. So I saw the opportunity for D2C growth and for this to become a brand that wasn't just a story of innovation and the device, but the lifestyle and the benefits that came along with that, and the mission that came along with that, to rid the world of secondhand smoke. So I jumped at the opportunity. I saw the potential to, frankly, financially have, an upside, and for me to also make a difference with my expertise in manifesting that. So that's really it. And, what can I say? Like, I love these guys, man. How can you not love the passion and the execution? It's what American entrepreneurship is really all about. And to me, that's something I'm passionate about. I am passionate about people making an impact on the world by manifesting thoughts into things. It's what we all need more of. And these guys are beautiful examples of that, man.
Well, they say great people bring great people, right? So at the end of the day, like, we got connected by a great entrepreneur in the space, doing wonderful things. And after we connected, we worked together for a while, and then you got even more involved from like a CMO standpoint.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you one thing about good people. To know you're working with someone good, you need to work with, shitty people, frankly. I'll be very transparent. And you don't know until you're working with someone good, unless you work with someone that's pretty bad, right? So a lot of what we've done in our early days, right, we were gearing up, and we've had wonderful advisors for marketing, but we never had someone that really, knew what they were doing in marketing, and not just, reading a marketing book or taking a marketing course in college and saying, oh, I know how to market. I know TikTok. I know Instagram. Definitely a lot more than that, right? So having someone that understands that, that's done it over the years and successfully, it's very important for us at this stage.
John, how has the climate change in marketing over the past, let's just say the past 5 years, even like how people are going to market? What have you seen out there that's sort of influenced how you're working with Dylan and Lenny?
Yeah, brother. I mean, that's a great question, right? And I think the answer is like multifaceted, like anything else. But I think before I get into the specifics of that, I'd just say overall, with any level of marketing or anything that you're doing, generally in business or life, there's like 3 critical gates, if you will, or 3 critical paths. You have to have a vision, and you have to have a strategy on how you're going to manifest that vision over time. And then you have to execute a series of tactics with precision and consistency in order to deliver that strategy to create that vision. And those are like the 3 areas of almost any business pursuit that must be satisfied for success, marketing or otherwise. So in the absence of those, or the absence of all 3, your marketing will often not be successful. And if you can't align on the vision, it's difficult to get there with a strategy. If you don't have a good strategy, you're just mindlessly executing tactics in a silo. Okay. So that being said, as we look at the trends in marketing, or how you go and reach customers, so much more of that is through the creator economy, right? Ultimately, when you have people that are creating content that are reaching an audience that people trust or find entertainment value in, that's what's really bridging the gap. And look, what's old is new again. That's always been the truth. It used to be television, the soap opera, which Procter and Gamble created to sell soap, right? The game shows, the news brought to you by you know who. That
CNN no.
is all about product placement, right? And so ultimately understanding that there are audience shifts in terms of attention, which is the greatest economy of all, to short form video, social media, TikToks, Instagram Reels, YouTube Shorts, places where people can be entertained and engaged for short micro bursts of attention by content creators and the other level of influencers, as they say, are noticeable figures that command attention through their different creative pursuits. So because the Annex unit is so demonstrable, it must be seen to be believed, we are exploring and executing against a strategy of equipping content creators with annexes so they can go and use them in the world, and we can find out all kinds of interesting things about how they use them and where they use them and what kind of experiences they have with them. And we're also partnering with people that have audiences, podcasts, YouTubers to appear and interact and demonstrate the Annex product and get it into their hands. And we're also I guess I would say demonstrating the Annex product in use and through the various creative campaigns that we've been executing together to allude to the lifestyle benefits and just the Annex look and some of these other things that come along with the device.
Well, I think we should talk a little bit about that, right? Because like I'm sure it was very challenging for you, Abel, as well, because we kind of, but we also did at the same time. We were like, well, we don't have a device, but make creative for a device that we need to showcase, right? So I'm very curious, like from the creative side, what were your thoughts? Like, how did it go down? Like, what are you like? Fuck, what am I gonna do with this? Or,
well, a lot of the times I think my approach is people don't even need to see the product. They need to see something, experience something that elicits some sort of a response. Whether it's like these guys are assholes, this shit is hilarious, this is different, this is fucking weird. What the hell is this? I want to learn more. So I think that's my initial approach strategy for products like this, especially ones that really haven't been developed or on the shelves currently. So I'm just trying to get people talking about it.
Yeah. Provoke curiosity.
Yep.
Right. I mean, you have to be curious about something to learn about it, and you have to learn about something to want it. Right. And before you desire something, you have to want it. And we have a product that is highly desirable because it allows you to have a myriad of benefits: discretion, portability, freedom. These are all benefits that the Annex provides, right? And in terms of the price and the position, we feel extremely good about that. We have a product that is truly in a class of its own. It's creating an entirely new category. And that's a challenge as a marketer, right? It's like, how do you show something to somebody that they don't even know is feasible, that they don't understand can exist, and cultivate a change in behavior, like the electric car, just to use that as an example. There was a thought process like, why would you ever drive a car that was electric? Like, that's ridiculous. Like, that's like a fever dream, man. That'll never work. Cars run on gasoline. What are you, crazy? And now what do we see? The widespread adoption of the electric car, to the point where certain places are phasing out the development of ICE engines, of internal combustion engines. Like, can you imagine a scenario where we may have seen the last internal combustion engine Corvette, Ford Mustang? You can't buy a Ford Mustang with an internal combustion engine right now. That's bananas.
You also can't buy a Mustang without an armband tattoo and a neon green bum equipment tank top in a fucking drawer from 1987.
Motorhead
or Z Cavaricci.
What's your price?
No, I mean that's cool. When you talk about all the benefits that this product brings, right? All of these different facets, from portability to environmental usage.
Yeah.
Whether it's indoors, even outdoors around people.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's part of the challenge, is how do you sort of market, how do you create content that hits on those subjects without showing the device? So how can you sort of take the back door in, or use abstract content that sort of hints at the general idea? you know, and hopefully the people that get it.
Mhm.
And to give a little background, you know, about this question, I mean, we'll edit this in, right? To give a little bit of background about this question is because essentially, right, at the stage where we're at, right, we had limited amount of units, and we didn't have units that we could just activate user generated content, right? So because of that, we had to come up with a strategy that allowed us to still send the message that we want to send as the Annex brand and share what we do, but with no product, right? Or with very limited units. So that's why we had to get so creative and in challenging ourselves to come up with a way to communicate what Annex is all about.
And I have to tell you, you've done an exceptional job of that. To put creative constraints on somebody where they can't show a product, they can't necessarily use a product, and then be able to run that across the major advertising channels that dominate, you know, the media in this day and age. It's a really interesting challenge to solve for as a creative, I think. And you know, I'm excited about what's been created so far, and I'm excited about what is going to come as well, because we're only just getting started in terms of the messages and the experiences that we deliver to people through our advertising campaigns.
Hell yeah. Let me tell you that it was executed so well that we just came back from Vegas, right? We were at a massive trade show called Champs. It's the largest trade show for cannabis in the US. And basically, distributors were literally telling us, we've seen your ads. We've seen this. We know how it works. They were pitching us on how it works. So just seeing that just shows how like successful that creative has been. And I mean, I'm sure that feels very, very good for you to like hear that. And I know for me, when I heard that, I was like, fuck yeah, that's how I felt, you know? Sorry, I'm getting that fuck in there because that's how I felt. So it felt good. It felt very like not accomplished. I'm looking for the right word.
Validated.
Yeah.
Rewarding?
Yeah. It felt like, you know, the work we're doing together, it's worth the time.
Yeah, you know, it's like sometimes you just feel like you're shouting into an echo chamber, you know, and nothing's coming back at you. But when you hear that ping, ping, and it answers back, and you're like, yeah, keep doing it, keep going. I read the book Green Lights by Matthew McConaughey not that long ago, and I really enjoyed it. Well, I say I read it, I listened to it as an audiobook, but it kind of felt like I was reading it.
You didn't read it then.
Yeah, you're right.
That's awful. You can't say that anymore.
Well,
all right, so let's keep it going.
It's painful.
Wait,
let's keep it going. So I was listening to this audiobook, Green Lights by Matthew McConaughey. It was a great book, right? I thought. And one of the things he talks about is this concept of running into green lights in his life. And, you know, using that analogy, like when you see a green light, what does it mean? It means go. It means keep going. And sometimes you might hit 4 green lights. Sometimes you might hit 0 green lights. But when you hit those green lights, you keep going. And so what we found at that conference, that show, was green light, green light, green light. Validation from distribution partners, validation from a myriad of different customer types, validation from the industry, and also just a little bit of benchmarking against what else is out there. And you look at some of the companies that have been at this for a while and the level they're at from an innovation perspective. And frankly, it's just incredible to know that you can come out of the gates with your Gen 1 product in your new category and have more possibility and value than a lot of these incumbents that frankly have been a little bit,
we did the work.
Exactly.
We did the work. That's what it comes back to, right? We didn't just like shoot for it and just see what sticks. We did the work. We knew what we were designing. We knew what we wanted to design, and we understood like overall who the customer
you had
was,
a vision.
right? Now we're honing in who that customer is, but we knew that there was a customer base for this. And I'll tell you, like, we just came back from Dubai. That was a World Vapor show. So it was international, right? And the feedback we got there, I mean, we got a hefty purchase order coming from that hefty purchase order that changed the trajectory of the company, right? That's A. B, I mean, like the largest distributor from UAE from right away. I'm talking about like 10 minutes in, they're like, this fits the bill. We haven't seen this. We're looking for new products. Don't got to pay tariffs on it. Ding, ding, ding. Well, hey, now we're doing business in the UAE, right? So that's from one trade show. So what we believe is we continue hitting these international trade shows. The tobacco business is going to go booming. We continue here in the US, the cannabis business is going to be going. And as we better understand our customer, our D2C is going to drive all of that.
Yeah. Well said. And what's great about the D2C is you get to learn about your customer firsthand, right? So understanding more about who our customer is and validating that, but also challenging the hypothesis of who we thought our customer to be. Okay. And then understanding that, hey, maybe we had some ideas that, you know, aren't quite exactly representative of who our customer is proving ultimately to be, which is great because that gives us feedback on how we can better communicate with them, how we can better market to them, how we can ultimately develop better products that suit their needs. It's awesome.
Yeah, like I'll tell you, there's 65-year-olds that are purchasing our product. Educated, you know, when I say educated, I mean like professors, you know, so it's just surprising. It's surprising it's not the college kid that we initially expected. It's not them at all.
Is there like a drop down for profession when they order? They have to put in.
No, we're just fucking stalkers. Cut this one out, but we know what you do. Lenny's our CTO.
I want to look at your shit.
Yeah.
I'm gonna look at your shit.
Lenny tracks every fucking thing that exists. Yo, so I gotta tell this story from Vegas. Okay, so we're flying, right? And we land in Vegas, and then Lenny has this pair of AirPods, and for whatever reason, this pair of AirPods keeps popping up on mine and Jonathan's phone that we're tracking, like they're tracking us. The AirPods are tracking us. So Lenny is fucking tracking me and Jonathan this whole like Vegas trip. And like the whole trip, like Jonathan's like, bro, like why are you tracking me?
Yeah.
And Lenny's just like, bro, these are just my headphones. Like these are not normal headphones.
Because
bro.
they followed me all the way from New York. They tried,
Yeah.
and I was like, what's going on right now? I
And
was
then when
like,
you
how
press
does
on
this
the
happen?
map, it literally shows everywhere you went for the day with the AirPods. So he's literally like tracking us on our phone, on our
I
AirPods.
still don't know how he did it.
I still don't know what's going on.
It's freaking me out, man. It's not there now.
Jonathan was like, oh, Lenny, the fuck are you doing? Why are you tracking me, bro? He's like, oh, just my AirPods.
Should we talk about the baggage? The baggage pickup.
The baggage pickup. I don't think this is gonna make its way in, but we could talk about it. I think Abel would enjoy this.
Yeah, that's it.
So,
Baggage pickup.
All right, so we're going to pick up the bags, right? And like you're like check out of the hotel. You know, you go to the bellhop, what have you.
we love you, Lenny. We love you.
Love you, Lenny. If you weren't here, you know, if you
can protect yourself.
Yeah, you would be saying all these things if you had just been here. Instead of being, you know, so ultimately, like, you go to the bell clerk, and you're like, hey, can I leave my suitcase with you? Whatever. They're like, sure. So typically, you know, when they take your bags, they give you a ticket, and maybe you give them a little tip, right? And then when they bring the bags out, you give them a little tip. That's just kind of the way of things, right? So this bell clerk is going back there to get my bags, Lenny and Dylan's bags, like everyone's bags. He's coming back with like 5 or 6 bags, right? And Lenny had a bunch of cash on him because Dylan had cashed out his ticket at the slot machine, paid him out.
Cha-ching, cha-ching.
Yeah, baby, Wheel of Fortune. But I didn't have any, you know, paper money on me really. And I said, hey man, can we shake out a couple dollars for the guy?
He had 5 singles. So he didn't have any excuses. Yeah.
So he like begrudgingly takes $1 off and he kind of like puts it on the thing. And Dylan's like, come on, man, $2. Give him $2.
And I'm not even busting his balls. I'm
Yeah.
like, bro, give him $2.
Yeah.
Give him $2.
And he's,
You know how much money the guy got? 50 cents. And I was just
Nice.
like,
Yeah.
He got $1. He got a fucking $1.
went up with $1.25. Jill came down with $2.50. Oh,
That's Joey.
but he was physically unable. Like he was really wrestling with it, and he couldn't get the second
Which
dollar.
you know,
out.
I'll tell you, it's great. Like
Couldn't do it.
like the moral of the story is that find yourself business partners. that have
Stereotypes
different
are
traits
true.
than- well, that's a different story. But the moral of the story is that find yourself a business partner that has different traits than you, so you could play off of it. Because the fact that we're so different also so works in our benefit. That's why we're yin and yang, right? Is because when it comes to negotiating down our vendors, well, guess what? Who we're sending in? Big Dog Len.
It's amazing.
5 1s. His new
5151.
nickname? 5 1s.
Nah, 50.
Lenny 5 1s. Yeah, man, seeing the two of them together was really something. Like it was great because, just that yin yang dynamic is so fun, and we're all bouncing off each other in fun ways. It's a great time. It's good to be able to work with people that you can have fun with and be yourself.
Thank God we don't have HR. Otherwise, Jonathan Tufano, I'm referring to, probably would not probably would not be here right now.
I'd be doing great. I'd be thriving.
He would be the head of HR.
Yeah, that's right. Exactly.
He's gonna be the head of HR.
If you can't,
are you calling me?
If you can't beat him, join him.
Yeah.
So, just listening to you speak about, this process,
Your
this
derangement.
long freaking process where now, like, you're starting to see a little light. It's like might be in the distance, but
Could be a train.
Yeah, it could be a train. It could be a moped.
Yeah. Well,
But it's like it's got to be rewarding, starting to see things sort of break for you, right? Whether it's sales, small sales, people understanding, people seeking you out.
I mean, I'll be honest, man. Like, I think that, yes, it's rewarding, but once again, like, we're only a seedling, right? And it's just that in the end of the day is always in the back of my head. When I go to sleep, when I wake up, when I eat, like anything I do, that's always in the back of my head. And that's why it's a driving force. So while, yes, it's rewarding, I don't think we're at a point yet where we can really sit down and reflect and feel, gratitude, because I feel like, in a way we haven't deserved it yet. And we need to keep pushing and driving because, I'm all for celebrating, but what the fuck do we really have to celebrate? Yes, we've made a product. We brought it out into the world, right? But that's step one. If you can't monetize and make that, well, then guess what? It's not a business. You're not running a business. You're running a little R&D shop, and that's great, but I want to run a business. And that's something that I think is very, very important because that's what drives the hunger, what drives waking up every morning and getting to it.
Nobody cares. Work harder.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I was just trying to hint at this idea of recent wins. And
Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
That's
Let's talk about some of that.
Yeah.
I know what you're trying to get at.
Yeah, that's
So what's great about seeing some shoots of light, right, is it just gives you energy to keep moving forward. And that's a beautiful thing is we're seeing that traction. People are coming to the site, learning about the device, seeing the ads, responding to the creative, making purchases, voting with their dollars. Like that's what it comes down to. And ultimately, it's going to be first come, first serve, right? Like as we continue to build the business and increase our production capacities, there's going to be more and more annexes available. But the people that are really committing this early, it's like, thank you so much, right? Like, thank you. Like if you're watching this, if you hear it, thank you. Every single Annex unit sold means so much, right? Every single commitment from our distribution partners means so much. So with gratitude, we say thank you because you're helping to manifest a beautiful vision, right? That's been worked on for over 6 years of these young men's lives, right? Like there's a lot that's gone into this, the blood, the sweat, the tears. Like Lenny couldn't be here because he's going to China tomorrow. Like, people are going places. People are doing things. People are taking time out of their lives.
We're in Connecticut right now. We landed at 7:30 in the morning.
Yeah.
Took a couple calls, and we're in Connecticut right now running this down, right? So
we did the red eye
commitment. And what I want to say is thank you to the gentleman sitting here because, like, in the end of the day, right, like the fact that you guys believe in what we're doing and you see it and all of that, right, that's the light at the end of the tunnel, right? Because as we're moving forward and forward and forward, more and more people see it and want to be part of it and want to join because A, they see something really cool being built, and B, it's like the culture's there, the people are there, and it's a fun thing to be involved with.
Yeah. A lot of people want to be an entrepreneur and use that word and, watch videos on how to achieve that. And that's an admirable thing. But like, it's one thing to talk the talk. It's another thing to walk the walk. Right. And ultimately what you get out is what you put in. And I think that's really the beautiful thing is it is starting to see that validation because you can kind of see it, it's there, but everyone else has got to get to that understanding. And that's, I think, what the key salient point is from the trips to Dubai, from the responses to the advertising campaign, from the trips internationally to Asia, from the trips to Vegas, these conferences.
Yeah, I'll tell you, look,
it's the recurring theme of just people starting to really understand what the Annex is, what it does, and why they need it. And now they can't unsee it.
Yeah. And the thing is, globally, people understand it. globally. It's a global product. It's not a domestic product, just
Yeah.
this and that. It's a real global product. That's something we're really proud of because we have the opportunity. We have the opportunity, and we need to be grateful for that we have the opportunity to be able to touch so many people. And now we need to fulfill that vision and pull through with it.
I saw this great video recently of these two Arab gentlemen talking about the Annex, which really struck me. One guy was pointing in different directions, and they were just talking about how simple it is and easy to use. Yeah, I thought it was really stuck with me. Talk to me about some of the challenges, like what right now is like, what the fuck, man? Or what are some of the things that you didn't anticipate, or things
how difficult it would be to get, me to shut the fuck up.
Yeah, that is something that I've been working on every fucking day, bro.
No, that's impossible, man. You just gotta let him go, and then
I'll tire myself
at the
out.
show,
I'll tire myself out.
There's like
some
a
people
couple
want to
of
talk.
Milliseconds
Some
of
people.
break. You're like, all right, he's starting to slow down. Here's my opportunity. I'm getting in.
Yeah, no, that's for sure. I mean,
Not everyone hates it as much, but most people hate it to some degree.
Well, my ADD, I just look at Jonathan. He sees it in my eyes. I'm like, shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. He just fucking sees it. Like we're like fucking pitching someone. He's like fucking going on, and I'm like,
yeah, dude.
Fucking,
if we had
he's
to drive
just
to,
seething,
we
bro.
had to drive to Florida together, I'd have to be seriously medicated.
Oh yeah. Well, Florida is actually 20 blunts away, so
Yeah. Amazing.
I would need like a morphine drip.
I'm sorry you guys don't have the attention span for my intellect.
Dude, I think it's fucking impressive. I'm blown away. You're like, I'm impressed.
So
Thanks.
I think in
More
terms
envy.
of challenges.
That's the right combination of emotions.
It is the
together for
people.
it.
No.
Challenges.
Yeah, no.
Besides ADD.
Just leaving the house.
Yeah. Losing weight. I've been struggling with my
Finding true love.
Oh, I need a joint. All right.
Should we take a little
No, I wanna
moment?
fucking
Should we
talk
keep
about
going?
Challenges.
You could smoke up now.
You do whatever you want because it's edited.
All right, I'm gonna roll up and
God,
talk
that's
about
the
Yeah,
hardest
we could-
length of
I
time
mean,
for me not
well,
talking
do you
about
want-
You did great, Fred.
Do you wanna
Really,
be
thank you,
seen
man.
on camera
Bro,
smoking
like,
a joint?
Are
Or
you
you-
guys?
I
that
don't
might not
Yo.
be a good look for Annex.
Okay, cool.
When these guys came here before, I'm impressed by these guys.
Yeah, I don't know because
They're
like,
impressive guys,
I mean, you watch a Joe Rogan podcast, they're smoking up.
Like, I'm not.
I don't
I'd like-
care about like
dude,
being seen smoking a joint. I care
Yeah.
more about
You know how hard it was for me?
Yeah, yeah, you.
Because
yeah.
I love the
no,
whole
you-
thing.
it's a
And
good point.
I love Abel.
That's what I'm
And
not
it's like
sure
just.
about.
Abel's like, can you help me out? And I'm like, yeah,
Honestly,
absolutely.
bro, I'm gonna take like 3
Not
hits
the
of
first time
cigarette
it's
to
like, yo,
satisfy my fucking crack.
But I'm like, bro,
You want to?
yo, I'm biting my
Thank
fucking
you.
lip over here because I'm like, fuck, bro. Because I'm super impressed. I told you guys last time, I'm super impressed by these guys, bro. Bro, how old are you? 25?
15.
It doesn't even make any sense. Bro, it doesn't even make any fucking sense that you guys are that fucking aware of the
Well,
market.
Fred.
Like,
I know, that's what I was saying.
What
at
the
time.
fuck,
He was like, I
dude?
had my first business at 12. I was like, what?
Yeah, bro.
Like,
I'm like,
Yo,
yeah,
I
I
swear to fucking make money. I swear. That's it. I wake
But
up.
bro,
Bro,
I'm
I had
listening to
no
you
idea.
guys and I'm like, yo, can we just start a podcast about how to do business and shit? Like,
Yeah.
Fuck, bro. Like,
No, bro, like
that's the longest time I've ever shut up in
You
my
did-
life.
Amazing.
that was impressive.
You really-
honestly.
you really-
Bro, I'm
I was-
crawling
I
under
didn't-
the desk over
I didn't
there.
think you had it.
I'm like,
I
fuck.
I look at fucking Fred. He's sitting there like
Yeah.
this, bro. He's like, I just want.
I wanted to talk so bad.
Alright, we needed the break. We needed
Fred,
the break.
Yo,
Will
you
it-
guys
will it-
are impressive, man.
Fred, if I plug this in, will it charge it?
Yes. Yo, like I said last time, you're impressive. You're
It's
even
not
more.
going to feed into that though if this is plugged in. It will.
No, it's just a charger.
All right, cool.
Yo, you guys are fucking.
Cool.
Dude, I'm such a cunt too. So like, it's gonna take this as a fucking. Yo, I hate everybody, but like, you guys are so impressive. I want to ask you where you get your fucking lines of credit from.
Right.
Is that- you want a little taste?
Bro, this guy's like CMO. Like, you're just dropping all this shit. You do talk a lot, but I love it.
He can talk.
Bro, you're fucking smart as fuck,
Yeah, bro.
dude.
He'll- especially when
What
it
the
comes to marketing
fuck,
stuff,
bro? You're
I mean,
dropping shit, and I'm like, Jesus Christ! I just hired a fucking director of sales, and I'm like,
bro,
I wish this guy was in
Vegas,
there.
Oh, man. Well, I can train him up for you.
Yo, you know how hard it is to find salespeople.
Yeah.
And what is marketing?
Bro,
Marketing
like an hour and a half. He was just
Zero
fucking
sales.
running us through
Yeah,
like
yeah.
this.
Yeah,
And then
I've
honestly,
been
I was
in
like,
sales
yo,
for
I'm like,
Bro,
I'm
but
like,
you're a cunt, so it's
actually,
like
I was
good.
sitting there. I was like,
But you're not a
fuck,
cunt.
like, I was
You know how
learning,
to
bro. I
use
was
a
like
fucking-
sitting. I was like,
Bro, I'm very impressed by you.
smart, bro, really smart.
Like I'm very impressed because
Yeah, he's smart.
listen, I'm doing this for Abel because like,
Yeah.
bro, I know my place is like,
Yeah, try one.
And I would help you.
No,
There's-
I think
I don't
I
really know.
like these.
Good.
more than
That's
the
good.
parts
No, but I'm
and
just
beer,
saying,
bro,
like, I'm
because
very
it tastes like less harsh.
Thank you.
It's like my pussy.
Because you're drop.
Yeah.
So I had a nursing case management company. We had to split it up.
Doesn't matter.
I'm not a nursing. I'm a marketing guy. Yeah? So I'm listening to you. I'm like, oh, he knows like sales is the.
Well, I was telling
marketing is the
Abel, bro,
bigger-
like,
marketing is
how you
like
feeling
the
about that? You
bros.
good?
Yes, exactly. You know the
Yeah,
deal.
bro.
But I love all
I'm,
this
I'm
shit.
gonna
Good,
try to
me
take
too.
I know how to do it right.
But
Thank you, brother. Thank you.
Like,
man.
no bullshit.
Thank you.
Like, and you know I'm a cunt.
I do. This I know. This I know.
No, but like, that's why you got involved with these guys. Like, 'cause I'm 48, dude. How old are you?
40.
Okay, so how impressive are these guys as young guys?
Oh yeah.
I was like, dude,
Oh,
where did you
yeah.
come from?
I know.
I thought you guys were all just shit.
And I met like 3 years ago. They were like 23.
And you're like, dude, where did you come from? Like,
I'm like, you're 23 years old.
and you know all the answers to
And
these
you've
things?
got
Like,
and you've got a fucking device that's like out of a
but
fucking-
no, not even just that. You know how to talk about it.
Yeah.
I was
Oh,
like,
you mean?
bro.
Thank you. I mean, we.
Yeah.
No,
Oh,
like
no.
these guys came on the last time. I'm like, I used to have, I only have this podcast studio for my business, but I haven't done it for like a year. But I would fuck around with my boy doing podcasts. I was like, yeah, come over. But I was up for like
Dude, so-
literally 3 days doing work. And I'm like, oh, yeah,
So
everyone's
you're
gonna
in
be-
healthcare, so you'll appreciate this. Earlier today, dude, I had a pitch for a new business that I'm starting with my partner, which is client video content for healthcare and health
Client is
insurance.
the fucking key.
Client video content. Yep. And she was a marketer at Aetna. Okay. And we have a couple guys that were giving us, coaching us that were like former Aetna executives. So we're kind of like producing this thing. And basically, what it is a briefing pool.
I don't give a fuck
Okay?
for the night.
So I have a pool. I have a labor pool of video editing talent.
if I have, how am I gonna have
So
a
we
team
pump it through a form that we created that's specific
You're gonna need
that industry.
You're
and
very,
knows
like,
it.
you're very process oriented.
I am. You have to.
Which is crazy.
Yeah.
You know,
But
you
I'm a
understand what I'm talking
I'm a
about?
martial artist. So
I wanna make
I'm a
Which-
jujitsu guy. Yeah.
Are you really?
Yeah. I trained jujitsu for like over 20 years.
Well, like,
I'm like, I like.
We're not here all the
you know, the guy that we just hired as a director of sales, like, yo, I'm so impressed with a process oriented sales guy
You have to. It's essential.
because, but it's already hard enough to find a sales guy.
Yeah.
Never mind the process oriented sales guy.
Yeah.
Because I know what the processes are. I'm just not initiated. 'Cause
Yeah,
I'm the
I thought-
CEO guy.
no, I
For sure. So like process is key, right? And I think that like so the first
Process is
profession that I
the
had
biggest thing.
was I was a chef.
I mean,
I went to Johnson
you know,
Wales.
Oh, that's why.
Providence.
that was more like.
Because you're on
Meat
fucking,
sauce.
you're on the line.
Yeah.
You're a line cook.
Yeah.
Because you had to work your way up.
Yeah.
Exactly right. Exactly right. So I was a sous chef.
Very
And-
similar to
and-
sales.
Yeah, it is. It
Black
is,
churches.
You know? I
But I'm
much
not
more
racist.
work-based
I
profession.
Which,
So let me.
which it should be,
Yeah, I agree. I agree. You're only as good as what you're producing.
especially in
Next,
sales.
and that's how you get better. Because you have a feedback loop. Do a feedback
It's
loop.
so funny. We're all the biggest douchebags.
Lutheran, yeah, Lutheran.
Holy
Holy Jesus!
I'm really impressed, man. I'm really impressed.
So I was a this business, right? And ultimately, it's a labor pool of video production talent, video editing talent. You feed briefs in. Okay.
Yeah, bro, that was good. I also like.
They
And
chop
it makes
up
sense. I want to
with
intro you, bro,
footage that you
to the
provide
guy that we
or
shot the
stock
videos
footage
with that
and
edited.
different
'cause
logos and brand
I think,
assets.
bro, I was very happy with that
Which
editing
you
job.
portal, you either
And I think that we can
visions or
utilize
you
that more.
cut
Like
down into
creative
different
synergy
dimensions,
shots
like
and
How many
one
levels
by
of
one,
what division?
9x16.
How many levels of like how many times you cut it down?
You can how many times been stepped on?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm the fucking, you're like, I'm the fucking yo.
What I mean is just formats, like cut downs, like here's
No,
a
but like
video,
because people don't
here's a
generally
video.
know. If I do graphic design and
Yeah.
video editing and shit, it's like
Yeah.
everyone's got an opinion.
Yeah.
But is it a good opinion?
Right.
It adds up.
That's
We-
why I
we
love
come
it.
without a point of view.
Yeah,
So
right,
you-
yeah,
yeah,
bro.
So
You
Abel
know
and
what I
I,
mean? Like,
Abel
I
and
also
I-
was like,
yo, dude, I'm done.
I mean,
I was at
shit,
the bar with
and
him
I'm like, bro, like,
6 years ago. I'm like, you don't do videos? Like,
just
no.
to manage
a month and a half later, he's like, "What about this?" I'm like, "This is the greatest video I've ever seen."
Yeah. No, I appreciate that. I know. So he and I worked together at Fathom.
Oh, you know the Fathom guy, the guy who owns the Fathom.
Yeah. That's he and I worked together there.
He's very
I know.
positive. But there's a little bit of a bullshit that comes along with it. As to- Yo, but I'm like, eh.
He's like a type of douchebag.
But it'll get hungry and they've been here for a month.
Yeah.
Like I don't know if you saw yesterday, we got mad shares, bro.
I was like,
Like,
This is my cousin's
bro,
guy.
yesterday.
Yeah.
After the show, you got a ton of shares.
No, but one of our friends just fucking posted like
Yeah, but it's
like you
fun.
see,
Like,
like I already
you guys
took
are doing
down
the
some
good
of them because they
content of,
already
like,
went, but like people were
connecting
sharing
with
Nice.
things out, like putting the video and everything, you know, like the model posted it, and a lot of his peeps were like,
That's fucking awesome.
yeah,
There was some of that, but it was also the nature of yes.
I mean,
There
I'm
was
putting an
definitely some of
idea
that.
in
And
your head.
he's like, here, put your joint in here, and put your
So,
cigarette.
this is where I want to film. My friend owns
betting
a
on
bunch of
you
fucking
can-
house.
I'm betting on
You gonna see the shit?
addressable market, and I'm betting on
Relationship.
the unique
It's
selling
a fucking.
proposition.
You
Sometimes
feel like
you
you're in
need
California.
The
You feel
unique,
it's
the
crazy.
unique, yeah, the unique selling
Oh,
proposition. I need
so
to
we could
believe
fucking film
the
that.
product of the company,
We could
what they
fucking
have
film
is unique and sellable.
Because you don't
We
want
could
to
film
sell
there,
a want,
and
you
on
want to
top
sell
of
you don't want
filming
to
there,
sell
bro, look, we could use his fucking car. So
And it
he's
has
like,
to
bro, I'm super
satisfy
down.
and do something in the
So I
market
posted
that's
some
not-
Well, you need like do something that makes sense.
Do something that has
How-
Bro, I started off in sales like my boy
Cullinan.
who just sold his
9/11.
company for a bunch of money.
Two more
And
rows.
I got
So
fired
we
from
could
when we were
use
young. We
that
started a
fucking
t-shirt
content,
company.
bro.
I was in an
Like, this
athletic
is all
fraternity. It
game.
was
Like this is
hobby,
all
fucking
game.
weird.
You
Wow.
could
I'm
have
not
fucking
good at
someone in the
sports.
car with
But
a pretty girl, and they're
I
like,
went
"Why you
on
smoking
to do
in the
like
car?"
sales
So
doing
that's
like,
something I
like-
want to take
like
advantage
fucking-
of.
Okay.
My
of,
boys,
'cause, like,
yeah, come
we
on
can
here.
get a ton of people
We're
there
gonna do
together.
like
Even if and we
sell
can
stocks. I'm like, I
shoot
used to go to the
in
bathroom
in use
for a while.
applications of the
I'm so nervous.
device.
But
It's
then I
almost like a
learned
party
how
gathering.
fucked up it
party
was.
gathering, do
Yeah,
that,
you just go around,
post
capture
it,
footage.
But
Yeah.
I just laughed.
using it.
Yeah.
But it's like then you once you realize I want to
Okay.
sell
Yeah, because I'm like, bro, they're
a need now.
gotta fucking take advantage.
That's
of
the
this.
only
You
thing
gotta
I can
fucking-
sell
That place
because
is sick.
when you're selling a want, you're
like,
you're
what
coming
is this
over
guy
on
do?
people, and you have to get up in the morning. you look
His
at
dad's
yourself
not
in the
allowed in the
mirror.
country because
Somebody,
so
somebody
much fraud.
explained to me this way. It's like,
Oh, really?
So
you don't
his
wanna
dad,
sell a coupling
he was
for a
running
whole that
the
whole
largest
tax.
credit card
Yo.
fraud scheme in the
Right.
U.S.
You wanna
Him, his
find
dad,
the
and his
hole.
mom.
Find
So
the
his
hole.
mom went to
Sell
jail
him a
for
coupling.
8 years.
And you have to
His
lube it
dad
up.
Say, hey, I'll
basically were
fucking
like,
sell
"Yo,
you something
We're either
that-
putting you away
Dude,
for
you have
30
to
years, or
deal
you
with
gotta
this
go
broken
fucking back to
past.
Russia."
Yeah.
And he went back to
This
Russia.
is not
He was
acceptable.
over there. They
What?
kicked him out of there.
Because I'm worried
So
about
like
your
he's literally
well-being.
like living in.
No, I'm good.
fucking
Listen,
Slovenia
so he
right
walked-
now.
they didn't take the money, though?
Like,
No,
I
no,
just
because
think
he's
you should
like,
just
he's
leave
in
the
the country.
companies have
So
a
he
big
fucking
one
left
or
the
two
country,
companies, so
had all this
I'm
money.
not a-
Then
I'm
when
not-
mom
that's
came out of
like-
jail, she like married
But I
another
but I
dude.
love
And
Abel,
like,
so
he was
I'm like,
pretty rich, and they started a spa for lip injections. So his
fucking
mom
bro.
was so smart. She'll meet like these pretty girls, and she'll be like, "Oh, do you
Yeah,
want lip
but,
injections
dude,
for
what I'm
free?"
saying is, like,
She'll get them all fucking
the only reason I-
fucked up.
Yeah.
And
The only
then they're
reason
like,
I-
"Yo, I want to be part of this game." So then she'll teach them how to do it, and they'll be like, "Okay, I'll open up a place." And she'll like fund them to open up a place, but she'll have majority of the company. So
Wow.
she'll be like, "Oh, like you need 200 grand. I taught you how to do. Let's open up a place. I'll fund all of it."
No,
You get
because I
20%,
knew I
and the
couldn't
rest.
do it, and I
She
was
has
doing it as like a
stores like that. So she
like
has like all these
it was
fucking
a
bitches with
fucking,
lip injections, and they tell all their other
they were
friends.
donating
Yeah,
all
yeah.
this shit, and I'm like,
Cycle.
bro, I don't have
Pyramid
time,
scheme.
but I
Oh,
don't,
yeah.
I,
So, like,
I don't have the
smart,
aggressiveness. as they
super
was.
shrewd,
It was
smart lady.
looking-
Like the mom is the one that's like fucking boss right there. Bro,
Wow.
it takes a certain
I need
lady
some
to
more water.
serve 8 years in prison, you know? Like,
What's in the
Yeah.
What are we doing? We gonna get back to it?
yeah, let's
Yeah.
get back to it.
All that's being recorded, by the way. So, if,
That's fine, bro.
don't get concerned, bro. Lenny took a shit in the elevator.
You took a shit in the elevator?
No, he got off the airplane. He said diarrhea.
Oh, yeah. Let's add that into a fucking podcast.
Lenny's diarrhea. There's a whole podcast.
No, it's not.
The L move. The L train.
All right.
Forward.
All right.
Wait, before we start, this.
What else is on the list table?
Shit, I think.
We're gonna talk about challenges right now.
Yo, can I
Challenges.
just like I know I'm not supposed to talk. It's
We've
very
talked about-
difficult. But I'll tell you what. Yo, can you talk about like why you want to use that device as just a normal human being? Like you're talking about all the shit that like
Yeah.
why it's a good marketing
Yeah.
thing, but no one's like, hey, If you're getting on a plane, you want to blow your fucking smoke in front of some fucking stupid girl, or some fucking airplane whore. Or whatever the fuck.
An airplane whore?
The reason you need this is so you could blow smoke in front of the airplane whore, and the airplane whore is gonna suck your cock then, because you fucking are considerate.
Or
Yeah,
you
when
just
you got them airplane whores. So I'm on the
yo,
flight.
why would
Yeah.
you use this device as just a normal person?
So I'm on the flight with one of them air whores.
I'm like, oh, you work for the airplane?
She looks at me like, do I know you?
You're like, oh, you work for the airplane? What are you, a whore? Sky whores, though. Dude. Those are called sky whores.
So-
No, yo,
you wanna
if
talk
your
about-
boy came to you and he was like, hey, I'm dating this girl who works in the airplane. You're like, is she a whore? Like 100%. you would have to say that.
sky whore.
They're all whores, guys.
Anyway,
I've learned that.
I'm just saying,
Most of them are, except for my mom.
yeah, your mom's a whore.
I'm
too,
with you.
dude.
My mom's
Like,
Your
Jewish
mom's a
whore.
I
whore.
met Dylan's mom. She is a nice lady.
She's a nice lady.
She's a nice lady.
Bro, he met my dad, bro. That was
Yeah.
hilarious,
Yeah.
bro. My dad was fucking.
I met both of his.
He's like, yeah, you got a bag of fanooks for the trip over to fucking overseas.
You know, he was like, "You liberal? Nah, we good."
Yeah. Dude, it's so funny. You guys like, is he a liberal? Like,
I
this
think the
fucking guy at my
dynamic
house.
between Dylan and his parents and just his parents and each other, like it's all.
What do you do?
very
You put
entertaining to me.
Tobacco in with the weed?
Yeah,
I think
and
they're
Yeah, you know what's fun about parents
Like,
or anyone
but
when
my-
you're starting
my-
a business
my
as young
parents
as
were
guys?
doing so
Everyone's
much
like, I
shit, so
hope
like,
you
I'm like-
fail, but not really.
My parents were like, "Oh, why fucks Lenny?" I'm like, "His vagina fucking hurts."
Bro.
Like, Jonathan saying, like, "That's how you talk to your parents."
Bro, how bad is it when you're like, everyone's like, oh, I hope you fail, but not really.
I
Bro,
love
they
it.
didn't believe in me for a long time.
Oh,
so-
really?
Yeah,
Yo,
bro.
everyone's mad at you for fucking doing, like, they're like, oh, nice
Yeah.
fucking
At least
idea,
your parents
faggot.
don't
Like,
believe in you.
Yeah, they only believed in me when other people gave me money. Like when other people gave me money,
what's it? Yeah. It's
they're
like,
like,
being a stripper.
fuck. They're like, yo, like somebody's giving our fucking son 50
Yeah, my
grand.
dad didn't
Shit.
come in
They're
enough
like,
softball
they're like,
game.
maybe he's not as much of a fuck up as we
Yeah,
thought, you know?
yeah.
Like,
What did they
Yo,
do
but
to
how
you,
fucked
Dylan?
up is that, bro?
I mean, bro, it's fucked up.
So
but
my mom's actively
I
trying to
get
murder
it,
me, your ass.
I get it though. It's like it's hard to like support someone that's like freaking 3 years fucking. does
Hey, I'm
nothing
dropping
but
out of
jacks
school.
off.
Go fuck yourself. We have this thing we're doing.
Yeah, bro. It was a lot. No, especially bro in the beginning, bro.
Bro, it's always in the beginning because like I literally started a t-shirt company with my boy at UConn. And they're like, oh, you can't get the fucking we heard you couldn't like patent the fucking name. And I'm like, it was devastating to me because I didn't know what was going on. But I'm like, well, Adam plays tennis and he's better at sports. So like, what the fuck out
Is that a complete sentence?
This is why I like this guy. He's not from California.
He's not
He's
He is,
hey,
he's-
nice
he's-
fucking faggot.
He's
punk."
developing those fucking passive aggressive bro fucking Southern California tendencies. Though.
Yo, it's a
real
whole
nice-
new
it's a real
genre.
nice medley.
It's a whole new genre of angry
I've
parenting.
got an East Coast, West Coast fucking douchebag.
You know, you have no patience. You hate waiting.
Yeah, he's not quite like as overtly as much of
Douchebag
an
as we
asshole
are.
now. Now he's like more subversive,
Yeah.
fucking passive aggressive. It's what happens when you live in a.
Passive is
It's what happened when the weather's always
passive-
nice.
Passive's like a generous word.
I've got a massive-
Like we direct all of our hatred towards the fucking weather out there. They're like,
Yo,
it's so nice.
yeah, the
Let's
Jews,
just be
I'm
dickheads
Catholic.
to
I
each
just
other.
hate all
Yeah,
the-
no.
I hate all the priests.
Yeah,
Father
there's a certain
Scratches
like
that-
LA cunt vibe.
Yeah, totally
LA
cunty.
cunt vibe.
Yeah, he is. He's turned into a cunt.
Yeah, you're a confusing version of the middle of the country.
I like to think that I just piss everybody off in a way that they
Well done,
like.
sir.
Fred's coming out to stay with you for a few weeks.
That's
until
great.
yeah,
Can't
he's,
wait.
he's going to Passages in Malibu and he needs a place to crash.
Yo, that's just Malibu.
Take me with you. It'd be a great scene of Vegas.
Take me with you.
Hot
I'd
ass.
love to spend
Yeah,
30 grand talking about
Can't
your
wait.
stand-up comedy fucking
Yeah,
routine.
Jonathan, you want me to put you out?
What's that? Oh God, is that DAP or whatever the fuck it is?
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
a lot of rosin.
Oh Jesus Christ!
Bro, this shit will
Ugh.
work all of us. Bro. This like,
Let's go, nigga.
What do you put? You put that on the joint too?
yeah, I'm a
You
crack.
might-
Fuck around and find
Good
out.
for you.
Yeah,
That's impressive.
bro. Last time though, you guys got me high when we got kept to have to do. the
No, we
fucking-
got you high.
And then you drove back to Brooklyn though. That was impressive.
Oh, but that's bro. Brooklyn's
Even
2
more
blocks away,
impressive,
bro.
but, like, that
Will the
podcast
car
thing
drive
doesn't
itself
work.
if you tell it to?
Yeah, but honestly, bro, I drive
Most-
like I like driving and smoking. Like it's not, you know,
Yeah,
it's
you
obviously
drive
not going
better,
on a
right?
pod, but
Do you feel like you drive better?
it's not that I drive better. I'm less aggressive.
It's
I'm
like I
like,
just don't give a fuck.
I'm just exactly like I'm like I don't gotta bug out, you know. Like I'm just like
I'm gonna get pulled over at some
Stop-
point at like
Stefano
49,
fucking up some
like,
pizza?
high, going 4.
Yeah, boy.
yeah, my man's doing a
I was
work.
looking at it.
All right.
Kill you guys are
Worst case, if I smoke on the pod, we could just use.
You got this guy over here.
No, smoke up. Take your time.
Knows a lot of stuff. Just
This makes me
So,
even more
it's so
excited.
fucking crazy.
Dude. I used to work with him at Fathom.
He
Fucking
told me, I'm like, I know that guy fucking.
it's like 15 years ago.
Yeah, dude.
How the fuck did we stay in contact?
I don't know. You know, I always.
You're like one of the few people that believes in me, man.
I really did. I
Bro,
always liked
Jonathan
you.
Bro,
has
this
such,
motherfucker-
you have such a range
Yo.
of friends. Like he has like no, he really does, bro. He really does. Like he has such a range, bro. Like all type of
He goes from
personalities.
0 to douchebag and it's in that range.
I
No,
like to
Oh, yeah.
think that
And
I
he-
can find something.
he's
to
a
like
fucking.
about it.
He's. I
Bro,
I describe Stefano. I'm like, look, you're gonna meet my friend John. He's at like level 14. He's turned up to like 14.
I'm like, great, dude. I'll
But he's
hire him
fucking-
right now for being sales.
He's a lovable dude. You'll love him.
Yeah,
I
because he's a
appreciate
fucking
that
cunt like we
description.
are, dude. Like, what the
I
fuck,
appreciate
kid?
it.
I'm like I asked him. I'm like, what's your and Abel's relationship? Like how's like
He's
how's
like,
your
Abel's a
personality?
faggot.
He's the top.
He's like he's the top. You're the top. He said we just bust each other's balls.
Pretty much, yeah.
He's like from the second we met, we just bust each
Yeah.
other's balls.
That's
It
pretty
was
much
love
it.
at first sight.
That's it.
Abel's
That's really
got a lot
it.
of
I
good
told
dope.
him about the birthday card you made where I was like sitting on Brent's lap.
Oh
with a
yeah.
saxophone or something.
Bro,
I was like,
we-
I was like, it was that.
I used to
point.
work for this dude.
I was
Brett,
really
who-
touched by it though, in a weird
Bro,
way.
we
I
went in
was
there.
like, that's so thoughtful.
For
Thank
kids
you.
about how much money we used to spend. I'm like, it's
Brett
oddly
was not-
weird that you're $100 off from what I told you.
Brett was not happy.
You faggot. Fuck out of
It
here.
was. Brett
I'm like, I'll see fucking
Brett
Abel.
was, he took
I'll
it all
see Abel at the
personally.
bar with
He
just
was
some
so
blow and
fucking
laugh
funny.
I was like, wow, you made me a card.
He was a, it was like a guy sitting on Santa's lap with tidy whities or something, wasn't it, or something?
He was in tidy whities. Oh, you're
Yeah.
that was pretty much
He's
our
savage.
pitch.
It's something weird.
That was our
fucking
pitch.
Hilarious.
I'm like, it's
But I
very
think he was
odd.
playing a saxophone. I was playing a saxophone.
Yeah, you were. You were.
I'll need if you came right on point. You came right on what I told you we had, which we don't even have. Like,
You were. I wish I had that. I might have that fucking image.
Oh, dude, get it. Oh,
I don't think it's on. It's on. Not. I don't have it here.
You don't have a wife to rape.
Well, he did.
Oh, did you rape his wife?
No, but
Oh.
that's the deal. Bro, he was $100 off from what we wanted. And I'm looking at Abel, and he was like,
$100. What?
What are
Yo.
you talking about?
So we went, you remember, went to Fathom?
Oh,
Yeah, yeah.
And you remember how they were $100 off from when I told them we had to spend, which was not what we had to spend. It was like twice the amount of money. I'm like, I'll get back to you.
Yeah. Well, he's probably like, well, it's gonna be
He's
$100,000 just
he's
to
very
hear my voice for
motivational,
2
that guy.
hours.
I want to just beat this.
I'm such a
dog
fucking-
piss out.
I'm so brilliant that our initial engagement is
And-
50,000, and
Abel's
with
like,
that,
"This
you
guy's
get
a
me
faggot."
come into your office
Yeah.
to speak to you 5 times.
yeah,
He's like-
yeah.
All right, where do I sign
I'm
up?
like,
Are you gonna be
you're
wearing that
be at the
ascot,
bar
sir?
with Abel
Oh,
doing
yeah.
blow later.
There's an.
It's an
ascot
extra
on
10
the
grand if I
contract.
wear an ascot
Yeah.
to the next meeting.
Yo, literally.
Did I tell you the ascot? Did I tell
Yo.
you the ascot?
Fucking
No,
guy.
I
This
had the
motherfucker
whole
showed up with a
crew in
suit and
front
had
of
an
me.
ascot. I'm like, Brent, you're wearing an ascot? He's like,
They're like,
don't make
"Bring
fun of me.
Bring out the
just don't
whiteboard."
make fun of me, man. I'm like, you're
I'm like-
wearing an ascot.
I like how he's pleading with you to not make
Everyone's
fun of
impressed
him.
Yeah.
with the whiteboard except Abel.
Oh, I killed
who's
him.
My boy. And I look at Abel, like rolling his eyes.
I was probably
What were you
rolling my
doing
eyes
there?
from sleep deprivation.
No, because I went there because we had money to for marketing. Oddly enough, they came
Wait a minute, you
$100
went
off.
in there as a client?
Yeah,
like 8 years
he's
ago.
got
That's amazing.
He's
I'm
got a
like,
healthcare
"It's
company."
$100 off from
No,
what I
he's
told you."
telling me that.
Go
But,
fuck yourself.
It's in shambles.
It's
But,
of
I don't
course.
dislike the guy. But he's a little too motivational, man.
Well, yeah.
Every day.
Yeah,
bro.
yeah. We
yeah,
can get
actually,
back.
Are you gonna be
No, take your time. You smoke it.
Yeah, I smoke. I'm ready to
Dude,
go.
I
You ready to go?
I'm cracked out.
I don't
Hell
even
yeah.
dislike the guy, but I'm like, I just
Yeah.
You know what I think we also need? I think we need a fire
I get it.
intro. I don't think
Yeah, dude.
Brooklyn represent is it yet.
Oh, you like that?
I like it for what we have. I think we need to take some of that like fire. Did you see
I
that?
didn't see it. I
Bro,
couldn't
you
find
have
the
a
clip.
fucking product that you can blow in front
I
of the
saw
guy
that dude
wears
at the
it
end.
on
He said, "This is
airplane."
fire."
The black guy,
Yeah,
right?
he said this is fire, but did he say fire?
Yeah, I have the fucking black guy
Yeah.
going fire.
Yeah.
All right, it was
I'ma
the black
get
guy.
that
Then.
to
It's
you.
one of the, okay, I'll look at one of the
Yo,
black guys.
Alex.
Okay. All right.
It's like
Yeah,
fire.
I was
Just to
looking, I was
test
trying to
that,
look
bro.
for it because I wrote that down. during the
Yeah.
meeting.
I'll get that for you. Let me write that down for myself.
I downloaded all the clips. So
Yeah, so maybe it's not in there, bro. So I'm gonna fire.
You know what's so fucked up?
Oh, yeah.
Like, Lenny's
So,
an asshole.
next
the guy's
time you
gotta
do
go
Man
to
on the
China.
Street,
Yeah.
tell your boy to let the people talk. Don't talk over them. That like
Who are you
You're
talking
right.
about?
like the
The
dude,
person interviewing.
Yeah, he's good. He's
Who?
personable. He's funny.
He's talking about a video. Let him
Talking
But just
to
let him talk. Let the people that he's talking to actually talk. Don't cut him off.
Yep.
Not bad.
Bro,
And I also told him to move that
You're
mic
fucking
back because he was
impressive,
like fucking.
Thanks, bro.
He's
I
good
told
though,
you,
man.
I'm following these guys on my podcast.
It's good because the girls like
Yeah,
him,
I'm
so
like,
like
sorry,
they're
it's not
fucking
working.
like
Yeah.
they'll come over to him.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yep.
man.
Bro, what
All right, thank you, bro. That'll communicate.
All right.
All
right, let's
So let's do just a quick recap
Yeah.
of what we've talked about. I don't remember it all, but we spoke about
Bunch of stuff.
Vegas.
Uh-huh.
Talked
All right,
about-
we're getting back in it, Fred.
We spoke about your relationship. We talked
my
about
mother.
recent wins. We'll talk about like challenges, like things that are
Childhood
maybe
traumas.
unforeseen things that have popped up, things that are just
Okay.
What's
Yeah.
you get what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Challenges. Jonathan.
Uh,
Oh,
of which there are many.
I'll start. I can
Hold
start
up.
talking about.
Yeah.
fucking
What
funding.
are some challenges?
I'll talk about funding. I'll talk
Okay.
about fucking financing this.
Yeah. Okay.
And then after financing this,
I-
I would talk about like regulatory stuff as well because there's regulatory aspects. And then from a marketing side, I mean, I think you talk about like marketing it and having creative ads that we need to walk around.
Yeah. Okay. Sounds good.
All right, let's go.
1, 2, 3.
Let's talk about challenges in the workplace.
Mm.
Challenges out there.
Why do you look like
So, when it comes to challenges, I've been worrying about my sexual identity.
It's weird. I feel myself wanting to dress like a
You trying
knight.
to bring
lately.
back the
I've been trying to
mustache or
really
like-
think about identity and the concept of
Oh my God,
identification.
it's like so,
Shim,
like,
ShamWow.
I'm not quite
And I
sure.
realized-
So this guy
uh,
Jonathan that I work
I've
with
been
keeps
using-
touching me,
I've been
and I just
using-
don't know what to do. Who do I complain to about Jonathan touching me?
I've been using a litter box for like the last 3 weeks, and I have to say it's so liberating.
It's very freeing to just defecate in a way that feels extremely natural, and to understand that just the motion to
I
bury
feel so bad for my mom though.
is
She's
a
gotta
motion
clean
that's
the-
been with us
She's got to empty the
since
kitty litter.
we were very early in our development.
Yeah.
Historically, humans would shit in a sandy area and then just
That's part of this
bury
is-
it.
Check 1, 2, 3.
Sometimes I wish I just didn't have a penis anymore.
I just looked down at it and it looked
Yeah.
so
I
useless.
hate
and
myself for this
sad.
thing.
And I just want it to be smooth like a porpoise. You know, I just want to have a smooth belly all the
So,
way down like a
gentlemen,
Ken doll.
Thank you for telling us all your problems. Now,
All right,
boys, all ready?
let's do it.
All
All
right.
right. Let me set the stage.
Yeah, no.
for
Get in
a
your
second.
hole, Fred.
Yeah.
I was just thinking to go right back.
Challenges.
Shut the fuck
Get in your
up.
hole.
Dylan, what are you seeing out there? Out there in the wild.
Wild man. All the Western Front.
In the fucking streets?
Wild.
People
I'm
fucking
in.
popping off in the fucking streets.
Zan- Annex one of
My
these
neighbor, he was already ready to suck some dick for an annex.
I don't need an annex. Just pour it in my hand.
Just let me taste it. Just let me get
No,
a little
I'm
bit of a
like
taste. of it.
$199. He said he asked for a promo code. I said no promo code. He said suck it.
Just let me lick the used
Buy the
filter a
filter
little
for
bit. Let me just
$2.
suckle on the used
Off the
filter
rail.
and the mediums.
All right.
You want to fuck on me?
Man, talk
Let's go back to normal.
Man, let's talk about the motherfucking challenges.
Ready? 1, 2, 3.
Let me hear
we're
them
gonna,
challenges,
We're gonna do
man.
the podcast and we're all gonna. The people who are supposed to talk are gonna talk.
All right, Freddie.
And then
I'm not gonna talk for shit. You remember I did that earlier.
That's right. You did great. Let's see if you can beat that
You get it,
record.
faggot.
Yeah, see if you can beat that record. That what your
Everyone-
father used to say to you.
Oh no. Yo. That's good. That's good. That's a fucking uppercut right there. That's a knife one. That's just a little fucking like knife
Reckless.
one, a little
Good
quick
news
little
is
something.
it's recorded, so you can play it over and over again.
That's the best part.
Oh, man.
Oh.
Thank you.
You just sit
Never mind.
and do an inevitable.
We have bloopers, okay?
destruction.
All right, Fred's doing the right thing. Thank you, Fred. Thank
All right,
you,
Freddie.
All right.
All right, we don't have to talk about challenges. We can talk about sales.
Yeah, we can
Talk
talk
to me about
sales.
some sales. What you got some sales for?
Yeah, man.
We out here trying to get these
All right,
sales,
all
bro.
right.
We out here in these streets trying to get some
This
sales.
motherfucker get this
Sales,
motherfucking
sales,
box,
lies,
smoke a
bro.
cigarette out of.
I try. You
Put a
got it.
joint
Is that
in
a
that
Newport
motherfucker, smoke that shit
100? Can you
too.
put a Newport
Magic
100 in it?
box.
Can you put a
We call
Newport
it
100
magic
in there?
box.
Man, $200. They put the joint in for you, motherfucker. What,
Better
what you think,
dick, dude.
motherfucker? Shit. They better put the
We can't use it no more.
they better put the joint inside. Better light that motherfucker. Better blow it in my lungs. They better suck the shit back out and put it in the device. Walk
Better
over and
hold
put it
my
on my
pocket.
and put it on my
You gotta
coffee table.
hold my pocket.
Motherfucker. Shit better walk itself over from that coffee
Bites.
table for $200. Shit. Motherfucker, I'll make my own annex. Give me a Dixie cup and motherfucking straw. Bikes. Bikes.
You sick bastards. You sick
How's this?
We're selling. I swear we're selling.
The people like
These motherfuckers is flying off the shelves. Shit, they sell themselves. All right, go ahead.
they buy them like slaves in Darfur.
See, that's a step over the line.
Wow.
Fred's trying to get reparations.
Yeah.
This better not come. This better not. You can delete this hard drive.
Sit. All right,
I might be a senator one day. You really should.
Dylan,
Yes, sir.
what's going on out there? What are some of the things that you're seeing in the form of challenges?
So lots of challenges. I mean, a lot of it is financing this, right? It's expensive. Also, like we've been running on like quarter runways for the longest time, so we just keep it rolling. And fortunately, we've set up the pipeline in a way where that's been working. But now that we're at the stage of sales, we're hoping that purchase orders can take us over the top. But it's always challenging. But in the end of the day, we figure out a way because this is our dream and we want to make it happen. And we have people that rely on us.
Yeah, I mean, having fuel to feed the fire is always a challenge, right? I mean, ultimately, like keeping this thing burning to the point where it can go from a spark to a flame and a flame to a fire in a raging inferno, right? And that's the thing is you got to have fuel to feed that fire. So having that runway is absolutely
I apologize.
killer crap. You want more money? Give it to us now.
So I think that's the jingle for
Give me the
When
I want you to put it in my
Yeah.
hand. My sweaty
Another
palm.
challenge is working with Jonathan Tufano. He is quite entertaining, and it usually takes us 45 minutes when we hop on a call because Jonathan is so creative.
I need a lot of attention, is what
Yeah.
he's trying to say.
Yeah.
And I'm very needy.
Yeah, but we've survived for 4 days together, and we are alive and well and ready to sell some more annex.
What was that app he was on though? What were you
Uh,
Side door, whatever the fuck it's called. Three
it's linked
steps.
to the company.
What is it?
We can run it.
What is it? 3 steps or side door? What the fuck is it called?
Side door, bro. No, side door. Shout out to Field doing duty for many.
So I'll share something with you that I don't talk about a lot, but ultimately, like there's a calling that people have in their life. And sometimes I feel called to serve. And the highest act of service is shown through the exchange of energy, right? An energy exchange, a way to connect with somebody at a level which is so intense,
California, man.
so passionate, so all-consuming that it just leaves an imprint in their memory banks forever. And I do this through the act and the art of being a service stud. Now, what's a service stud, you ask? I'll tell you. It's a man who services beautiful women in a way that they desire. And you do this from a place of deep compassion and grace, but you also do it from a strong and dominant position. And in doing so, you become a highlight of their life. And, I'm on a mission to help 110,000 men become service studs through my program, Service Stud Academy. What may seem like a collection of PDFs
for only $300 a month
and some AI bullshit smashed together, you can give me $99 every 30 days to hang out with other guys in a Discord channel that also fell for this elaborate
Let me hear them
ruse.
challenges. Let me hear them real challenges.
All right.
I remember when I came to Service Stud, I was just a lost soul living with my parents. Service Stud taught me the values of life. I moved upstairs from the basement and used my old room. It really empowered me to go out into the world and put my stamp on many beautiful women, longing
Growing up,
for
I
my
always knew I was
for my
different.
loins, and it's difficult because I have a bent penis in one testicle.
You gotta slide it in and then kind of turn it.
It was always weird. It was a bike accident, and I was a child. All right.
No one gives a fuck about your product. They're like, this fucking Jew guy's a weirdo.
Well, that's what they used to tell me when I was young, until Service Stud taught me to think otherwise. Now I see myself as a demon in the night,
Succubus, if you will.
attacking vagina like a ravenous wolf out for prey.
Insatiable, my appetite has no limit.
My alter ego's name is called the Separator. All right, this is stupid.
Ava, you're
A
pretty
separate
good at
labia.
this, bro. That was pretty fucking good.
That was really nice.
Yo, he could write reviews for Service.
I agree. I think he's a perfect candidate for the
Hey,
program.
if this fucking annex thing fails, we've got something here.
I think that it needs good creative branding.
I see a vision. I
Nice
see
logo.
a strategy.
Yep. And we have a series of tactics so we can
I think we put
execute.
Service Stud on the side panels of an annex, and we move product.
Oh, I like this. Special
Yeah.
service set edition.
Fun stars, nipple stickers.
Yes.
We
Tatas.
could get like John C. Riley to be the face of the company.
Amazing.
All right.
All right. Let's get with it.
Challenges. Challenges.
So one of the challenges associated with marketing a product like this, right, are the constraints that come with modern advertising channels and the fact that we are a cannabis adjacent product. So people are consuming and they're consuming responsibly, ideally with our device, but that's still not something that we can be openly talking about or demonstrating on a lot of the major ad networks. So with all good creative comes constraints, right? You have to have some guardrails in place, and the guardrails that, the payment providers and the software companies and the big media tech companies and advertising channels put on you in a category like this really pushes you into a position where you have to be creative and you have to come up with ways to communicate to people that want your products and need to know about them to enhance the quality of their lives while not running afoul of, the powers that be, as it were. So working with really talented people, we've been able to produce what we believe to be really engaging in creating advertising that also fits the parameters that are put upon us. And that's been a challenge, but it is effective, but it's not as effective as just being able to just kind of demonstrate something like a blender, right? Where it's like, hey, here's a blender, it blends, you can put, strawberries and bananas in it and seltzer water or
You
whatever.
could sell the blender.
Absolutely.
everywhere.
Yeah.
You
of
could sell it
course.
on Amazon.
100%.
Whereas here, we have been building that category
Yeah.
and figuring out what channels we can sell in, and we've been tiptoeing and really learning as we've been
Yeah.
tiptoeing across.
Absolutely. I mean, we you know, even just getting like a payment gateway was challenging, but we were fortunate we're able to work with a great payment provider that you know, understands the industry and the unique needs that we have and ensure that we stay compliant and everything.
Shout out Payment Cloud.
Hey, what up, payment?
Plug in. I expect ad dollars for this.
Use code Annex10 to save.
No, but I thought that was actually pretty good.
Yeah, thanks, man.
Yeah, I thought you were on a roll. Just
I
now.
was, yeah. I
Yeah.
don't know what's going on. I kind of got thrown off. What happened?
I mean, something.
Well,
This camera went off.
yeah.
That's actually pretty good though. I liked what you were.
That was pretty good, dude. I was like, fuck. But
You got us into place.
camera.
Did we get any of that usable?
What are you, the 5th of May? I'm the 5th of May. Bro, what, oh, never mind.
Keep going. Come on, man. That was nice.
What are you, Negro? Oh, it's my friend John Abel. He's a Negro.
I see.
Oh, the guy who, you know.
Some days I thought would never end.
Let's get the
Oh,
goddamn camera
now
back
it's my
on.
fault again? Never mind. We're good.
Everything's your fault.
Is it back?
Obviously.
Fred
dude, I'm a
again.
bad mom.
Is it
Oh,
back?
we all.
That's why we're all sitting.
Is it back?
Dylan has a really lovely mother, actually.
She's a nice lady. She's a nice
Ready?
lady.
Come on, man. We're
Is your
almost
camera?
there.
Is your camera good?
No, I need this.
Okay,
angle.
so now it's my fault.
No,
Shit,
not my
someone
camera.
calling me from my camera.
No one's calling you.
My camera.
No one's calling you except your shitty mom.
Is it my mom?
No, she might actually. Yeah, she is pretty.
She's like, hey, I just want to let you know you're a faggot. Oh.
Thanks, Mom. Like I didn't already know.
Hey, thanks for coming,
Hey,
man.
it's
I just
June.
want to be there for
It's-
Father's Day. You
it's-
missed it.
It's June.
It's
I love how you don't save his number either.
June. Oh, the black guy that was my mom's daycare. He's like, hey, I just want to call you and let you know your mom's a
Maybe
faggot.
he's probably here.
Bro, you know black people are a little late. Oh my god. It's my friend June. God damn it, dude. So
So
I
how do we-
can't fail twice for this
Fred,
podcast.
No, I
let's just-
think you probably
let's just
can.
focus. Fred, let's
You're like, I feel like you failed more
Freddie.
than twice.
Fred, let's just focus for 30 seconds. How do we get that camera back up? And what
I
costs?
don't know, dude. What's wrong with your camera? Oh, now we're fucking touching his fucking.
We can use it, but
Bro, do I look like a guy who knows why the camera went out? Like
Yes.
we've been yelling about fucking niggers and Jews and
Hey.
fucking-
Come
Or,
on,
you
Fred,
the
help us out.
combination of two is a big. It's a big
Look,
fucking-
now's when we need to come together as a team. You-
I will hire you tomorrow.
all right.
You're like,
Send
I
me
would
an offer
never-
and I'll
Yeah.
consider it.
You're like, I'll never work for you because you don't know how to work your own fucking apartment.
what is it?
Send me an offer and I'll
Right.
consider it.
4.
Until then, I got a pocket for
All right,
you.
I'll give you
Hold
4.
Fred, you're recording the sound,
I'll
right?
give you 4.
You're recording the sound, right?
Yeah, I guess.
I'm gonna record the sound of you
All right.
screaming.
Yeah. Yo, it sounds like Christmas at my house. Yo, did June really call me?
Yeah.
Is he out in the parking lot? He's like, I'm here. I'm like,
You
it's
should
someone
walk
like-
around the block and see if anything happens.
Maybe he is here.
It's an asshole. Hey, see if you can stab
Maybe
him
he's
in
here.
the face. Dude, why you got these Hitler glasses on, bro?
I need him to
Hitler
fucking
never wore
see this.
glasses.
Yo, are those real glasses?
Yeah.
Yo, are those Abel's real glasses?
Yeah, dude.
I thought you were being like a hipster Hitler.
No, man. Stop picking on him. Stop being a
No.
bully.
Jesus, dude. I'm a Catholic. Dude. That's what we do.
I'm very sensitive.
Oh, that all makes sense.
No, none of it.
Yeah.
What's only 12
Guilty about
Fred, it came through this
grease
phone.
fucking your mouth.
Bro, I'm so mad at you right now.
Can we get this camera? So that camera's not going to work?
Dude, I don't know, bro. 'Cause we're just yelling.
Let's take one. We'll take one camera.
All right,
Let's
all
do it
right.
with one camera.
Take a moment. Get your shit
I feel
together.
like this guy's a voice of reason, also the biggest douchebag in the room.
Yeah, it's a unique combination.
He's a nice piece of faggot.
This guy.
Oh, what do
He
you
just, we just wants to get the pot together.
Oh, I guess in Connecticut we have strands of pizza.
It's a thing that bar does. Yeah. Maybe that should be the campaign.
All right, dude.
Connecticut, we have strands of pizza.
You need a fucking thing to blow your weed into a shreds of pizza.
I want to get this to 4K, considering I'm only using one camera.
Fucking 4K, dude. What are you fucking modern or something? What are those modern Jews?
Okay, how do I get
I hope
4K?
so.
How do I get 4K on this?
All right, let me see.
This guy's
This is where I actually wish Lenny would help.
Well, it's this.
Diarrhea,
Oh, it's a different. It's a different.
I'm so jealous he's there in
like
China.
operate. It's a
in the
different
fucking TikTok
software.
room.
program.
Yeah, he's about to fucking
Bro,
out tomorrow.
you know what I'm talking about?
Resolution.
right?
TikTok room.
No,
Oh,
but you
There we
get to
go.
go there and you get to like build your own fucking prototype.
Yeah,
China.
yeah.
We don't have that in America.
No, you go to like
You go to like 17.
it's like a market, and the market has like every fucking like a bunch of
But
different
it's like
products.
it's the size of like 35 or 40 different fucking like
Fred.
Costco's.
All right, we're good to go.
All right, Fred.
Yep.
Good seeing you, buddy.
Oh, you're just leaving now? Is that what
Game time, buddy. We got to do
We
this.
gotta
for a couple
focus, man. We
minutes.
got another fucking 45 minutes. Tops.
Do we really?
Yeah.
Why are you yelling at your phone like it's your mom? Hold on, did June call? Listen,
Look, man, we're gonna do this podcast, okay?
listen, you guys are
Starting.
late, so first of all.
You're right, but
Fred.
We need like 45 minutes of
All
solid.
right, here we go. We're
go.
back into it.
Hold on, dude. Just fucking pipe down.
Are you calling him?
I'm gonna call him because he called me because I think he's gonna
Can you take the call outside?
see you.
What do we want to talk about?
I can't.
I don't know.
I'm trying to wrap my head around.
Yeah.
I don't even.
Fred, I want to fucking follow you around with a camera, dude, for like a couple
Oh,
of weeks.
really? Because
That would actually be a very entertaining.
I want to make a documentary.
I think that we could. I think we got something.
We should monetize.
I fucking hate all of you people right now because I run a fucking company that second multi-million-dollar company, so I know it doesn't look like that.
Hey, no one's.
I think crazy
no one's
shit
saying that
happens
you're not
all
doing
the
it, except
time.
everyone
to
does.
unbelievable
no,
people.
I believe you.
Yeah, I think strange. I think
Everyone-
crazy shit happens
seriously.
all the time.
Everyone needs to shut the fuck up. We got another half hour.
Except you with these Hitler glasses on.
All right.
What are you, Hitler?
Oh wow, that's actually pretty good. That was good.
All right,
Blair.
Challenges, challenges.
Don't encourage him,
challenges,
don't encourage him.
challenges,
Kyle, what are you?
Challenges,
Stop, bro.
challenges.
Stop.
Challenge. We can't have that on this pod, you know.
You gotta
Well,
stop.
Two-
Fred,
Fred,
45 minutes,
Fred.
brother, please.
come on, man. We need.
come on. We're having fun.
What do you
Let's
want
go.
me to do?
Shut
Just
up for
not
a half
talk.
hour.
For a little bit.
For a half
Oh, you
hour.
don't
Please.
want to make sure it's like recording?
Yeah. No, yeah.
Can you make sure?
Oh,
it's-
just
Yeah,
that
yeah.
part too, or-
Yeah,
is
yeah.
it
Do
recording
that.
now?
But just quietly.
Dude, I
All right,
fucking-
don't get all fucking don't get an attitude about it, Fred.
You know. All right.
Just hit the goddamn record
All right.
button.
We're going, brother.
Recording.
Fred,
We're
we're
fucking super
Fred, it's recording. It's recording, brother. We're good to go.
Yeah,
All
we're good for audio. So.
All right.
Oh, okay, awesome.
Challenges. So I think we were trying to talk, or we could come back to challenges.
Yeah, I'll talk about another challenge. I mean,
Yeah.
another challenge we face is
But we didn't get any of that last segment, so we're gonna need to do that again.
about them.
No, we got all the last.
All right, all right.
Yeah,
All right. Let Dylan start. You
Yeah, let me
start.
start because
Yeah.
I'm
Bro, just for the record, and I'm not
Fred.
going to talk again. I'm not going to talk again. I'm going to tell you, all the shit we just said is on fucking film.
fuck it, bro. Fuck it. We're
All
good.
right, we're good. Cool. If you
That's challenges. So, with the challenges we have, one of the challenges that we also face is the fact that we're a small team and we have a lot to do as a startup, right? So, everyone has to wear different hats. So, you have to really rely on the team to be capable of doing that, right? And that means that you really trust in the individual because one of the things that, you know, I've learned is that you can't do it all, right? And if you try to micromanage everyone, it's not going to end well. So you need to give that freedom aspect, and that's how you get the best work and honestly the happiest people, which makes a happy team and a successful company.
John.
Yeah.
You know, that brings when Dylan talks about, I guess, the components to a successful company. I mean, you've been in business for a long time. I have.
Yeah.
And, you know, talk to me about. I don't want to be corny about it, but you got to fucking love what you do. It's obvious that Dylan loves what he's doing, right? He's
Yeah.
put his heart and soul into this product.
Yeah.
Talk to me about what you bring to the table in terms of, you know, your commitment to the brand.
Okay. Well,
That's
yeah.
a loaded question. I like that.
Yeah, man. I mean, I'm being interviewed, I guess, right? So, thank you for that question. I'd like to address it as follows. I mean, I'll sorry. Oh. I think ultimately, look, in terms of being passionate, being committed about what you do, like one of the things that I've always enjoyed is solving challenging problems using critical thinking and creativity, right? And ultimately, Annex is a very interesting, challenging problem to solve across the board because you have challenges thrown at you left and right? Existential challenges associated with advertising a product like this, which is truly one of a kind, and dealing with fucking Fred, who is a complete disaster of a human being, and can't seem to just sit fucking still for 5 minutes in another part of the room. Yeah, but right now you're really struggling with. We gotta just I don't know, bro. Whatever the fuck is going on. Like that's the second time.
Yo, April's like, why isn't my phone working, asshole?
I couldn't hold it in.
I know. I understand.
April's mad at me.
I'm trying not to laugh.
I understand.
Bro, get the fuck out of here, bro. Your Abel's mad at me because his Jew phone's not working. I'm a Catholic, bro. Fuck out of here.
Oh, God.
Oh. All right, we got it.
I was trying really hard.
Okay, Fred.
No, I'm not okay. Look at me.
Hey, let me help.
That'll
you.
dry.
Oh,
No, that'll dry, dude.
You go to sleep, bro. Yeah, I just want to help you go to sleep. You're gonna
No.
feel really good at it.
I feel like it's a little weird. You're about to choke me out.
I just want you to just.
No, hey. That'll dry, Fred. Just give it a couple hours. Might be a little sticky.
I don't have to drive anywhere, dude. I live here.
All right,
That's true.
sit back down, Johnny. Don't worry
Oh.
about the fucking paper towels. It'll
So
dry.
Let's talk about the fact that your phone's the only ones that are working. So go whatever fact your phone's not.
The young people need something nowadays. Pastor Peter Paul, all this popping mollies, rolling. Oh, rolling. I never heard that. I rolled. I look up. And I thought to myself, and I said, Jesus is my dick. My dick. Jesus is my dick. My dick. Lord, Jesus is my dick. My dick. Jesus is my dick. My dick.
Fred, you don't need to talk to June right now.
Well, he's in a parking lot or something, dude.
Well, he knows what.
He knows where I live because he's black.
Has he been here
Racist.
before?
I don't know why. Dude. So all
He's
my
been
phones
here
have
before,
this.
right?
What was the last challenge?
Dealing
Yo,
with
stop
this.
talking about challenges, dude. Talk about why the fuck people want to use your stupid product.
Because it challenges.
It's not stupid, Fred.
I know, I love it, dude. This phone.
I'm starting to doubt your love for the Annex, Fred.
Fred, you're
I mean, I'll just
Fred,
smoke.
Fred.
Bro,
I-
my
can I
phone
talk
is
to you?
on fire right now.
You're sabotaging me. Right now. Can you stop?
I'm not your mom, dude.
Can you stop sabotaging, please?
All right. Here.
I'm fucking. Here, take your phone. Which one?
Where's your phone?
It's right there, recording me and my every
we
expression
were
as you
good.
fucking move
we were
nonstop
good.
and talk.
I thought we were
You're gonna
good.
get my every expression on this fucking video camera right here.
Good
and
news
it's
is
more
we have
like-
all the audio.
I've been going like this for fucking 3 hours.
for your whole life.
Where does that audio?
Yeah, I have.
Make sure it goes over there.
Yeah, it is.
Can we
You know this
fucking?
isn't a
can we-
professional podcast, dude.
Can we date?
What are you
So I
talking
can be
about?
thoroughly
I was under
annoyed?
the impression this is a professional podcast studio
Oh, really?
filled with
You've
professionals.
been duped, man.
Are you not a professional?
Well, not podcasting or life.
Well, what are you doing with this professional podcast studio?
Nice setup.
All right, bro.
I don't know,
It
I
even
had an
has a
idea at one point.
Holy Bible.
Holy Bible. Anyway, and we're back.
But anyway,
Challenges.
Hey, you guys keep
Bro, you've
moving
been talking
those.
about challenges.
I'm down to one camera. We gotta.
I won't
So when
touch
I move it
anything.
like this. Just move the microphone.
Gotcha,
Take the
brother.
Bro,
microphone.
we
Gotcha.
have
That's
another camera up here. The
Yeah, because that's a great
2014.
fucking angle, Fred. I want to look at the top down when I'm fucking listening to someone talk.
I knew you didn't
What is this?
want
The
it.
Royal Rumble?
I just
Top
give it-
It's
down.
not a cage match, Freddie.
Ass
Don't
God
kill
up.
the
damn it.
message.
That's
I
the
think
way
that's
we
good.
like
I
to
think that's
fuck.
good.
All right, cool.
Yeah, we're back.
And we're back.
So, the
Fucker.
I know you are, but what am I? So
Johnny, can you just rotate that way? The I don't want it right in front of your face because I'm down to one. So go this way and then rotate the microphone. There you go.
So,
Is that good?
yeah, like this.
and I'm good, brother.
Yep.
Awesome.
All right. So, the thing about marketing a product like this is it all inherently comes with challenges that what are we going to talk about in terms of a topic? Challenges, or are we wanting to talk about
you were about to get into the passion that you bring,
okay.
To Annex and sort of
Which, by the way, Abel, that was a great fucking question. That was like we were about to get a natural full reaction. That was a really good question.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I was talking about the love that we all have for what we do. I mean, Dylan, it's obvious. I think with all of us, I think that's sort of our unspoken bond is that we all have a passion for what we do and we really enjoy it. Talk to me about, what that means in this partnership and what that means and what you're bringing to the table with Annex.
Yeah. Thanks, man. I mean, passion is something that is so essential, I believe, to keep you moving towards a really challenging goal over an extended duration of time, right? Like you hear a lot of expressions like it's a marathon, it's not a sprint, but it's so true, and I have always relished the opportunities to solve challenging problems, with creativity and other elements at my disposal, inherently as character traits or skills or things out there in the world through, relationships and different people that I've collaborated with. So like to be able to solve these problems, it's really engaging mentally. And because of the nature of the work that we have going on with Annex and the product that it is, like there's a lot that go along with it in terms of unique challenges, but we'll talk about that at another point. Ultimately, what I think I bring to the table for the company is my expertise in helping people buy things, understanding why it's beneficial to have something, whether that's a solution or a product or an element that you don't have in your life that you want to manifest, and being able to take something that you see in your mind's eye and make it real, right? And do that at scale. So from my perspective, being able to work with Dylan and Lenny and the Annex team and put my, best foot forward, as it were, with all of those skills and bringing to bear all the amazingly talented and creative human beings that I've had the pleasure to work with over many, many years that I trust and I know will produce great work and also have the opportunity to produce really interesting things that they get excited about. That to me is, what I feel like I can offer in addition to terrible jokes.
Well, no, terrible jokes. I mean, that's part of the gig, right? No.
100%.
No, you got some good jokes, but I really appreciate that, Jonathan, first of all. And second of all, I mean, listen, that's there's a reason we're working together. We enjoy working with you. We've done some great work, and we'll see, right? We'll see how things turn out. I feel very positive about it right now, and I think we're going to kill it. So the future will fucking tell us how it's going to all play out, and I'm excited to see that.
Yeah.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, I was just going to say, great question. Great question.
What, so I'm just going to go off on a tangent here. I'm just going to go back to the show for a second.
Mm-hmm.
You mentioned a lot of people that sort of came up to you. They knew the device through their interactions on the IG channel. Were there any people that you just struck up a conversation, were completely oblivious? You demoed the product, they got it instantly, or what were their thoughts on someone that just came into this blind at the show when you demoed the product for them?
Hotels. That was a lot of thoughts. That like a lot of people mentioned hotels, the people that we showed to for the first time. Maybe it's because they're in Vegas, right, and staying in a hotel, so they like click that and it's relative to that moment. But that's a lot of feedback that we got when we would show someone. I mean, they'd understand it and they'd be like, we're can I use it? One of the main thoughts was hotels. I don't want to pay $800 smoking fee. And we're at a
Yeah.
smoking convention. So these are customers that smoke. These are consumers.
Yeah, I would also say once they saw the device in action or they use the device themselves, there's a sense of like almost wonderment. Like, how is this even real? Like, how did you do that? How is that working? Wow. And then there's this reaction to kind of they ultimately ask like, well, how much does this cost? And I think their expectation is it's like very expensive, you know, and say, well, it's $199, and they're like, wow, like that's cheap, like that's really good, that's a great price for something like this. And it's like, yeah, you know, I mean, we priced it at a point that we feel is, you know, achievable for a lot of people, and it's something that allows us to get Annex units into people's hands, and you know, make sure that we can run a successful business that's very sustainable. So,
Right on. Dylan, any stories from the show or like demo the product for someone? And
I'll tell you actually like a story from Dubai. So in Dubai, it was all vaping companies. And we were the only ones that had a combustible product like we do for filtration. And we met a lot of Emiratis there. So there was a lot of locals, and seeing their reaction was very interesting. And there was one gentleman which we demoed, and he took a video and he's like, this is going to the royal fam. And basically, I mean, the reactions that we've been getting is like, we gave them the device. Right? How about this? I'll tell you, the guy that hosts the trade show, right? We gave him the device, and he's not a buyer. He's nothing. He just hosts a trade show. He puts in his own cigarette. He smokes Parliaments. He took the rip, and like his coworkers are calling him to like come, and he's like, nah, I need to smoke this. Finishes the whole cigarette, goes through it. Like he's like, oh, I really like this. I need one of these. Right. So it's just very cool to see that where someone's like, no, hold off. I got to finish this experience because it's worth the time. Right. The fact like that someone will give you that time.
It's a more enjoyable smoking experience, and it's also more like potent. I can tell you that from my perspective, you know, sampling the product, like I definitely found that it packs a punch. I think there's something about the backflow and the way when you're exhaling into it, it's actually, you know, really making that hit come through in a way that you wouldn't otherwise have. And you have the benefit of not having all of that ambient smoke. It's contained and it's completely eliminated. No ash, no mess, nothing.
so Lenny was talking last time that this shit will get you high. Like,
Yeah.
like, what is it about it? Is it the weed, or
I was
is it
trying to
just
think
the
about that.
experience, or the how the device operates that just gives you a quality, sort of a consistent, good fucking rip?
Yeah. Well, I mean, you are what you eat, hence you are what you smoke, right? So if you're gonna put crap into there, like some D9 or D8, that's not the best. Like you're gonna have not the best experience, right? But if you put in great weed, the flavor is gonna be absolutely wonderful and taste exactly like the joint would in the open air. And what's best about it, why we think that the experience is superior, is because it doesn't canoe, right? So it burns slowly. You have those even hits, right, that you don't have when the wind comes. And then when you exhale back in, something about that is the magic, right? Like, as funny as to say, it's kind of like an exercise. And like, you know, once you're exhaling back in, it's like it goes into your lungs and it absorbs it. And it's like a full experience where like you take a joint and you smoke a joint with one or two friends, you know, you could be smoking an eighth a day. It will hit you. That I promise.
Can I smoke a cigarette on a fucking airplane, bro? Like, I don't. What the fuck? I'm sorry. I know.
Okay, I got to get back into it.
So there's like,
what the fuck,
Fred.
Why? How are you
So-
gonna practically?
Fred.
so
Stop.
I'm not trying to be a dick, dude.
No, we
Like,
just can't mention that on the pod, bro.
Stop. We're on a roll.
so
No, you're not, bro. You're bringing up all this fucking technical shit. Like, if I'm a guy who wants to buy this fucking thing, why the fuck am I gonna buy this product for $200?
Yeah,
Why the
I'm
fuck
getting
am I
it.
gonna
My
buy that
next,
shit?
Fred, my next question is why this over a vape? But can you just chill for a second? Let me kind of talk.
Asking, dude, 'cause I'm
Yeah,
a fucking
it'll come
guy.
through. It'll come through. Just chill, man. All right. Thank you.